All right, there we go. Let's talk about a little bit of that last time. So, variety of things happen. You guys are, we managed to go out and get some cargo, getting ready to exit from Cymbeline. The repairs to the ship are done. You've taken receipt of the gin and tonic. Everything seems in order. You've gotten filled up on gas and that stuff that gets converted into food and oxygen that you guys carry around with you. You've picked up actually a fair amount of about 87 tons of cargo headed for somewhere. I believe Ember, if I don't mistake. We can talk about it later. But you're basically getting ready to go. Now you've had a bit of a time here on Cymbeline. With some various kinds of conflicts occurring, some verbal, some more than verbal. But you finally figured that things were pretty much wrapped up. You had just one thing left to do before you guys could take flight and get everything sort of sorted, and that was go down to the Terran Interstellar Legal Authority, sign some papers for an administrator named Keeve Smitchy. Basically put paid to the diplomatic efforts that the Ursay had lodged against you to try and get you extradited to Kukulkan, and essentially clear the deck so that you guys could continue on with your investigations on behalf of the Spoffulum Corporation and on behalf of Palmer. However, it didn't quite turn out that way when you got to the Terran Legal Authority office. Those bastards. There was an issue, and it turned out that issue was that they lied to you, and basically were waiting hey, there's Matt, waiting for you guys to show up so that they could take you into custody. So a lot of interesting things happened, not the least of which is splitting the party, so that only two people actually went to the Terran Legal Authority. On the other hand, everybody, since with neural networks, you guys were able to alert the rest of the crew of the Gin and Tonic as to your distress. And Andrew, I need Dr. Wagner to roll initiative when he gets a moment. Basically, they tried to take you into custody. There was a listing of charges, some absolutely 100% legitimate, some partially fanciful, that you guys were being accused of, and essentially they were saying, look, we're going to take you into custody, we're going to impound the gin and tonic, and we are going to get you in front of a magistrate and see how we're going. You guys, how do I put this? I think the term resisting arrest is probably applicable here.
The response was, the hell you are.
I think it was, yeah. I think there was a little bit of you cops can suck my fat one, something like that. I can't remember.
My fat space one.
My big, yeah. Hey, you cops can munch on my big fat space dong. Is that that kind of thing? But
baby in the room.
sorry, Tamara. She's asleep. She's not. It's probably best. She'll. The good part is she's not going to remember any of this.
That's our aggressive therapy later on.
Yeah, the hypnotherapy. And then he said something about a giant space dog, and I don't know what happened. My life hasn't been the same since. And it is as part of the resisting arrest, a small but influential gunfight broke out. There was, I have to give you guys credit, there was a fair amount of let's try not to kill any cops if we can help it. But at the same time, you guys did make a few holes in a few guys. So far as you are aware, none of the cops you shot are dead yet.
We rendered a first aid to the ones we could, as I recall. We were busy rendering minimal first aid.
Yeah, over to the two guys that are sort of like prone on the ground over there. You have patched them up a little bit so they're not bleeding out through laser holes right now. The other two guys that were in the room, they sort of took themselves out of the room, and they're in the next room, as you can see down below. Oh, I can see it down below, and they are busily taking care of themselves. Another guy sort of skedaddled out into the main offices. You're not quite sure what's going on out there, but there's various kinds of things. Your biggest concern right now is the couple of security bots. One right outside the door, basically saying things like, "Come out with your hands up. I am a security bot. You are under arrest." That kind of thing. Just these kind of things. At the same time, it is a security bot. Now, Captain Black will tell you that your average TILA security bot does not really have the firepower of, say, a military combat bot. And both you guys are, both you and Weber are military experienced, and you would understand that. Nevertheless, a combat or a security bot can make your life interesting. They do have a certain weaponry suite, although largely it is non-lethal. But in states of extreme stress, I guess, or situations in which certain criteria are met, I don't know, the shooting of human cops might qualify in some way. They are allowed to deploy lethal force.
So where's Don? Is he out again?
Don his power is out, so yeah, he said he was gonna try and jump in, but so I don't know. Andrew knows, but we had a pretty significant series of squall storms come through about 2 hours ago. It's still raining here, but apparently his
So I can look forward to those in about 18 hours. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was the heat broke, and we had squalls, but line of squalls. But yeah, he's gonna make it if he can, but his power at last notice was still out. So
okay.
So it's just you guys. So you got a couple of things happening. One, the gunfight is kind of over right now. You guys are still in the room, but you're sort of trapped in the room. The security bot is immediately outside the door, yelling, come out with your hands up," that kind of thing. You've got a couple of wounded TILA security men here. You've got Keith Smitchy and his secretary, Bria, who is off in the corner, and he's sort of, trying to protect themselves from the various lasers and bullets that have been flying around. You've got a couple of other wounded TILA security guys that have taken off. You've got other guys out there. You're not sure where they are. But it's a bit of a standoff. You do remember that security bots, as far as you know, are probably not allowed to come into private offices. So you're probably at least partially safe. However, the security bot is making a lot of noise outside and say, come out with your hands up. Otherwise, there's going to be real trouble. I swear to God, this time I mean it.
Count to three.
Yeah, I'm going to count to 3, 2, 2.5. On the other hand, you guys have shot some guys. So even though they're not dead, there could be a override of the security bot's preclusions in order to this. I mentioned earlier that, there are certain levels of criteria, levels of danger that security bots will, sort of go to DEFCON 1. And they may, and in your experience, that would unlock certain more lethal capabilities. But typically security bots are non-lethal. They're about capture, not kill.
Okay. So I see that Captain's injured. I couldn't remember that you were injured. And we got two security guards that we need to get medical aid to at some point. And then we got Keeve and Bria, right? I'll keep telling the security bot, like, you'll never take me alive, or my name's not Keeve Smitchy.
Yeah.
I'm yes.
Not too badly. I'm not like.
Okay. So I'm going to ask the security bot or Keeve, like, get on the phone, get a medic over here. Let's get these guys some treatment. And then we're going to work this out.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling him. I have no intention of working this out. I'm planning to get the hell out of here.
All right. So a couple other factors involved, right? So Mehmet Tam has left the gin and tonic. You're not sure where he is. And he
grabbed his go bag, changed his identity. Like, this is it. I'm starting a new life.
Starting a new life as a computer hacker. All right, so he's out. You don't know where he is. Coffin Doyle was informed by Jin, because remember, Coffin doesn't have neural A, so he hasn't been in communication with you guys.
He was a flip phone. Ugh, poor bad.
Yeah, he's still got a burner. He's got a burner brain. But he was informed by Jin of everything that was going on, and so despite his severed arm, which has not been replaced yet, beside his lack of stuff, and beside his legacy like yesterday's ketamine withdrawal. He has loaded up and is on the way. He
also,
left
I
about.
think if I recall, he's also directly responsible for at least 8 of the 10 crimes we're accused of. So it's nice for him to show up on the scene.
Well, the problem is if you guys have gone out of your way, and I commend you for it, not to become absolute lethalities with these Terran cops. You've actually gone out of your way not to kill them, and to provide aid to them when possible. I don't know.
Sure, they'll speak nicely at their execution.
That Coffin holds the same level of. It's the word I'm looking for. Restraint. Yeah, I don't
moral.
And more so, and according to your best calculations, he's about 8 minutes away, staggering down the hallways of Cymbeline Station, looking like 3 kobolds in a trench coat with a laser machine gun. 3 kobolds in a trench coat with 1 arm and a laser machine gun.
I was trying to think of that. Remember that Bloodhound Gang song? Like the drummer from Def Leppard's only got 1 arm. That's our the security chief Doyle's only got 1 arm.
Well, like the guy from Def Leppard. Like really all one-armed men, Coffin Doyle was born to kill.
Yeah. It wasn't us. It was a 1-armed man.
Coffin is trying to reform.
He's trying to reform, but first he's got to kill some cops. So Coffin's on the way. He's loaded. He's armed to the teeth, and he is out of contact. So, I mean, you guys can't talk to him because no one with neural lace is around him, and he is on his way, and he's going to show up at the front door in about 8 minutes, and no one here besides you guys know he's on the way because Jin told you that he's on the way.
I will tell can I ask the security body to talk to me for a second and stop ranting?
Well, they're kind of one-sided conversationalists. So it's a lot of surrender now, open this door, come out with your hands up, throw down your weapons, that kind of stuff.
I like, hey, is there any human guys still out there, robot? We can talk to you. You're annoying me.
He doesn't respond. So security bots of this nature would have partial artificial intelligence, but largely it's to run their various systems. They're not what you would, they have a certain sort of set of orders. And unless they are given orders by a qualified order giver, you get the recordings.
Okay, so job 1, we got to get out of this office. Maybe Captain, you and I can look around and see if there's air ducts, secret doors, whatever. Job 2 is get out of this building. Job 3 is get back to the gin and tonic and get the hell off this station ASAP. And which Sergey, I hope we've settled up with him. Otherwise, we're going to have to settle up in via Venmo or something, if he'll let us leave. But because I'm sure he doesn't want us to bring heat down on him. I think those are the 3 jobs here. 1, 2, 3, get out of here. I prefer not to be lethal with these guys, because we still have a way to maybe talk our way out of it at a distant date. That's tomorrow's problem. That's a future me problem. Right now, the current me problem is getting out of the building. And we have basically 4 assets in a room. I don't want to take hostages, but we might be able to use them to make our run for it. Secondly, the one piece of information Les gave us is that they can't go into offices. We don't know what other offices are here, but there might be a stretch of offices we can get through to keep the security bots from like gunning us down. But I don't really remember the floor plan and what the floor plan we can see. I knew there was a hallway and this room, but I don't remember if there's another office we can get to hide out in.
Well, there was offices sort of all around this central ring, right? So you could see there was desks over here and various kinds of things. There was also hallway. So the security bot is actually in a hallway, the door of which is over here. And there were other offices, sort of, and there were also other doors. You can see there's another set of doors like right here, right here. Right here. Your guess is that there are office spaces all over the place, conference rooms, things of that nature.
We can't see anything in the hall right now. It's all black.
Doors closed, yeah.
So maybe Captain, you and I should powwow away from the security guys here, but
well, we can neural lace. We don't have to talk.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, here's how I see it. We need to get out of here. But we could maybe create a distraction by getting a med tech in here to work on the security guys. Maybe release what's her name, Brianna or Rihanna, or whatever her name is there, it is a med tech, and while that person is in the room, we make our break for it while there's some flurry of action. Doyle's on his way here. He could create lots of distraction on the front door, but who knows what other TILA agents are hanging around the station are going to come down. Like how many? I don't want it to turn into a Neo versus the Matrix situation where like trying to punch our way out of 800 cops. So
I think Kiev knows a lot more than he's telling us. First of all,
is that a countdown, Les? Are we worried about that
No,
countdown?
no reason.
All right.
yeah, we're not aware of any countdown.
Well, if you look at the screen, you know a countdown right there. See, Les is just passive aggressively pointing a countdown on the screen. Nothing to worry about, guys. That's a Doyle countdown until he gets here.
5.
All right.
Yeah, you've heard of the boom clock. This is a Doyle clock.
I assume he's going to show up like Vasquez and Aliens, like let's rock.
All right, hold on. I'm going to pause the timer for a second because I got to ask something. So, did Andrew take off? Is he gone?
No, I'm
Yeah.
here. I was just going to fill my water.
I gotcha. All right. So, Dr. Wagner, where are you and what are you doing? So, you probably didn't see Mehmet Tam leave the ship, but certainly Jin would inform you that Mehmet Tam has left the ship. Jin would also inform you that that Coffin Doyle retrieved some weaponry from the internal storage locker and a big trench coat, and also left the ship. You're aware of the predicament that Weber and Captain Black are in. What are you going to do?
The trench coat
Doctor, not a fighter.
makes you think he's going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first Terminator movie. Just
Well, frankly, wherever Security Chief
Stumbling.
Doyle goes, doctors are required.
So the problem is, dude doesn't pay his bills. So
He's got you on retainer, he thinks.
yeah, you know there's a lot of police officers that could use some tiger penis balm to really get up these laser
Yeah.
burns they have.
Just come in here and flood the area with ketamine gas.
So do I notice where I'm standing any?
Oh no, you're not there yet. So you're still back
You're
at
en route.
the gin and tonic.
I
You haven't left the
saw
gin and
myself.
tonic yet. So there's two different things though. I mean, obviously, Coffin has loaded up and he's going to them, and he's been gone about a minute by the time you get this information. Tam has taken some things from his stateroom and left the ship. You're not sure what that's about, but he didn't give you any indication that he was going. You're assuming that Tam is going to help them as well. So Tam would have been a couple of minutes in front of Doyle. So you're alone on the ship with Jin, but you do know from having been listening to what's going on with Weber and Captain Black, that there may be Terran legal authority guys headed this way to interdict the gin and tonic. Tam basically thought, well, when they get here, I don't want to be here, and took off.
Yeah. Dr. Wagner might assume that Tam is on his way to help us, but Andrew, the player, would know that Don has left us to die and is starting a new life.
You've already seen his posts on M4M Craigslist.
seeking new arrangements.
Oh boy.
Missed
Yeah.
connections.
Misconnections. You, Starship out of here. Me, and with 2 faces, and with many faces.
I
Let's make
don't
it happen.
peruse such things. Well, based on all that, I should probably tail them because they're going to need some help. And Coffin Doyle definitely isn't going to pay his bills if he's dead.
Well, you could also through Neuralace monitor the health of your friends, and you know that both Weber and Captain Black have been injured.
We have ouchies.
Jeez. All right. I guess I'm going to head that way.
And frankly, they're still recovering from yesterday's injuries.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, they need to pay their bills too.
I
so-
forgot. We showed up. We're like covered in like stage makeup, like to hide out all our terrible injuries.
To keep the bruises and burns out. Okay, so yeah, they're all right. So you're gonna head out. So you're about a minute behind Doyle. All right. So that being the case, let's go to the top of the order. And the security bot goes. So it is going to continue to harangue you, and basically it's pre-recorded responses. Come out with your hands up. There is no escape. You must submit to TILA legal authority. It is your duty as a Terran citizen to do so. But it's not shooting through the door or anything like that. Which brings us to Captain Black. Captain B, what you got in store?
As I was starting to say, and talking to Matt here, or Dr. Sorry, Wagner, Weber Jix, get it right.
Yes, Captain.
I think that Kiev knows a lot more than what he's telling us. I'm tired of this whole I have no idea what's going on kind of attitude.
I was just following orders. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it might be important. I think it's important for us to know who's behind this so we know a good egress plan.
Okay. Let's go squeeze the space weasel.
Yeah, so we could do this good cop, bad cop.
All right. Who's the good
I'm
cop?
quite happy to use him as a human shield against the robots, but I know that's not what you would prefer.
I also would not prefer that, but I think we can. I think we've already moved past good cop, bad cop. We can go to bad cop, worst cop. So that's gonna be the play here.
But so, you have more diplomacy skills than I do.
Yeah. So how about I go mosey over, give him chat him up a little bit, and then if I'm not getting the answers I like, then you can start getting real agitated and you know.
All right. So I'm going to take position
gun
here.
On your arm kind of situation.
This is what I'll do on my turn. I'm going to take position here on the side of the door, listening for the robot outside. And I'm basically just trying to, using ears only, try to gauge what the robot is up to. And then out loud, I say to Weber, go find out what that slime Kiev knows. He set us up and he's lying about not knowing what's going on. And if he doesn't tell us something soon, I'm using him as a battering ram against this robot.
Okay. All right. Kiev is sort of like
give a snappy salute too. Yes, Captain.
Well, Kiev is sort of like, his eyes start to get like saucers. He's already seen you guys shoot a couple of cops, so he's a little worried that battering ram is code for let's kill him and then use him for a battering ram.
He'll die as a battering ram too.
Oh yeah. All right. So Captain Black, you do that. Let me see. What is TILA? So that's the end of your turn. So you're up there.
Sorry,
so give me
initiative. So let me move back where I was.
Okay. Give me a quick perception check, Captain Black.
Okay, and remind me, what do I use for perception in this game?
In this case, it's an intelligence roll.
Okay.
It reminds me, I pull up my character sheet.
Yeah, I had my character sheet up and it disappeared. Where is it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, and intelligence is the 1, 2, 3, 4th one. And you get a plus for every point over
8, yes.
7 or over 8. Okay, so
over 8. Right.
But 9, I would get plus 1.
Okay.
So we're doing 36 plus 1.
$11. Yeah. Very nice. All right. So yeah, you can easily hear the security bot out there, and you can hear its sort of grav units. It's essentially hovering directly in front of the door. Your guess is that it is blocking the door because it doesn't want you to like run out and escape. You also, I mean, you're sort of listening below. It's still spouting all these things like, you know, surrender yourself to the legal authority. You are under arrest. Captain Black, Weber Jix, you must come out. You know, that kind of thing. And it's just sort of saying these things. But you can tell that it is hovering and that is still definitely outside of the door. TILA Security. So these guys are they? I can't remember. Are they tied up in some way?
They're zip tied.
They're zip tied, disarmed.
Okay,
and then some medical assistance is rendered as best as possible.
All right, so you've patched them up. So they're just sitting there sort of prone next to the desk. Those guys are going to do that. Hold on a second. Let me very quickly roll that. All right. Here we go.
I know I was gone a short while. Where am I?
You're still on your way.
Yeah, so it's a long trip.
You're sort of you're 1 to 2 minutes behind Doyle.
He was 10 minutes out originally.
All right. Weber Jix.
All right. So I'm going to mosey on over to my good friend over here. There's my character sheet. There we go. All right, let me move him up there. Sorry. I lost. Hang on. I can't move my character. Can you move my character up next to him? I just lost the browser for a second.
Next to.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, here we go. Boom, Keith.
Okay.
Keith, my man. So, everybody here is having a pretty shitty day. But let's have a little chat, shall we?
Well, all right.
So, my boss over here, he doesn't believe a word coming out of your mouth, and you need to help me help him. So, let's talk about this.
Well,
how did this situation go down? We've been doing the good work for the Federation, or whatever we are, the Terran Legal, on a good faith for some time. Unfortunately, it gets messy sometimes. So some of the stuff you mentioned might be accurate, and a lot of the stuff you mentioned was complete fabricated bullshit. But regardless, we have no intention of going quietly. Who put you onto us?
I think you're quite mistaken, Mr. Jakes. I would never do such a thing. I'm an administrative. I'm a senior administrator. I'm a senior administrator with the Interstellar Legal Authority, and as such, I am beyond reproach. I would never do things. If these men are here to take you into custody, I wasn't aware of it, and that you hear a snort from those. I like. And I wasn't aware of it, and I'm telling you right now, I brought you here in good faith. I have the paperwork right over there. You can see it.
All right,
And
so
I must say this.
Yeah, so
when the building was empty,
I'm sorry,
and all that was above board, and you're doing it on top of that on behalf of the Ursay, but you're denying that.
Yeah,
I'm a liar, sir.
I'm gonna. This is where I'm gonna pull up my my thing and just my body pistol and just rub it across my face real quick, like, Keeve, I'm asking you to help me help you, and you're not helping me help you. Just a subtle overt threat.
I think if you feel that you have a grievance against TILA, then I think it should be sorted out by a magistrate. If you surrender now and hand over your weapons,
we have zero grievance with TILA. We have grievance with you and the puppet master pulling your strings. So let's talk about that.
I just don't think that. I just don't understand. Oh, Bria, his secretary?
Yeah. Hey, Bria, could you give me a number between 1 and 10?
6.
All right, that's why I'm going to count you before I shoot you in the leg, Keeve. So
I think that would be very I think that would be a very bad decision. And let me explain to you why. You already got several charges against you. Now, if you feel that you have been this has happened to in any way unjustly, well, then the best thing to do would be to surrender and go to a magistrate. Nothing has happened here. There's been no killing. But no, wait a second. Now, wait just a second. Stop the counting. Stop the counting. Now, look here. I'm trying to do right by you. You seem like energetic and resourceful young men, and if there has been perhaps some miscarriage of justice, well, then I think we should work together to get to the bottom of it. And I'm with you 100% on that. The shooting me will do you no good. Now, you have shot a few TILA security people, and that is a crime, but I'm certain that under the circumstances, in front of a magistrate with the proper legal representation, we will be able to resolve all of these things amicably. I suggest you surrender and let us take you into custody and take you to transport ship, which will take you to Tau Ceti. And at that point, we will be able to get in front of a Terran regional magistrate. And you'll be able to have your legal representation explain to them what happened and how these and in what case, and you'll be given the best representation. Those magistrates are incorrigibly fair. I guarantee you will if there has been any injustice committed, it will be turned up at that the magistrates meeting, and these things will be set aside. But if you commit more crimes in defense of a legal capture,
Keeve, who called you to have this after hours meeting?
Well, I have to check my notes. I'm sure it was somebody with the appropriate credentials.
Briva, what number did I leave off on?
5.
Right. So that's one more number. I'm about to start counting again.
Now look. Now you have to. Now wait a second. Wait a second. Now Stop counting. If you're making me nervous. I can't think. If you want me to tell you anything, you have to give me a moment to think.
I'll try not to hit an artery when I shoot you in the leg, but I think your memory is going to get a lot better in a second. Who called you to set us up for this after-hours meeting?
No, the meeting was set after hours because I thought it would be much more convenient for you. We were aware that you were taking on a cargo and preparing to leave the station. And we just wanted to make sure that everything was good. As you could imagine, that things around here during normal.
I'm going to lean past him and just look at his secretary like, I'm trying to help him, but he's not helping me. I'm sorry. I hope.
Not even a good liar.
Yeah, I hope you can get other work after Kiev meets an unfortunate fate here.
All right. So as she does that, so Bria sort of begins slowly moving along the wall behind the desk, away from Kiev, who's like looking over, like, Bria, where are you going? Come back! Come back!
Kiev, I will ask you one last time. Who called you to listen here?
Well, I would have to check my notes. Perhaps if you can. If you would allow me to go ahead and look at my computer, I'd be able to tell you exactly who it might be.
Can Briva do it for you?
Obviously, Bria, although her skills are exceptional, she doesn't have the classification and security classifications to use my computer. It's not a testament. It's nothing against her. She's obviously quite capable, but my computer access is key to me personally, and therefore she would not be able to get it. I assure you that if it were possible for her to get this information for you, I would certainly allow it.
Let's walk over to your desk. Any funny business, I will shoot you in both legs. I need your arms for the moment to access the computer, but your legs, I don't think I need them right now.
I assure that there will be no funny business at all. I just need to go and get to my laptop.
Captain, I'm giving you the notion so you can start getting more agitated over there.
All right, Captain, so he stands up slowly. He's got his arms out like this. He's like, please, if you would, you're making me
uncomfortable.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Captain definitely wants to shoot you, but I don't want to shoot you. I just want to know. I want a name. I'm not leaving this room until I have an aim that I'm satisfied with. So don't just pull any Tom, Dick, or Harry out of your space phone book over there.
So he's like, all right, then he sits down in the thing and sort of spins around to look at this terminal here. And he's like, you could see him sort of shaking, as he sort of reaches for the keyboard, and you see him put a thumb up against the thing for the security provisions. Bria is sort of like going over here, and she's staying away from everybody.
Hey, Bria, do you have a office phone so we can call for a med tech for these poor officers over here? They've got to be suffering. And they're just we thank you for your service, boys, but we have other business we need to get to, so we can't be hanging around here too much longer.
5. So she's like, I could call for some help using the inter-office terminal, and she steps over to the thing. Would that be okay? She's got her hands sort of like.
That'd be great.
Would that be all right?
Medical.
All right. She steps over and she reaches down very slowly, and she's like, "Hello, Juanetta, Miss Popov, could you send over somebody schooled in medicine? We have some injured people here that need help. Yes. Yes." She looks over at you guys. Yes, they're still here. Yes. Okay.
That's okay. You can hang up now.
She puts the thing down and she says, they're going to send someone.
Thank you. Captain, they're sending somebody. Be on the lookout. All right. Me and my pal Keeve here just doing a little file researching.
Well, Keeve says, look, let me look.
Keeve, I was trying to go straight and narrow, but you've put me on the outlaw trail. So I'm feeling awfully loosey-goosey with the rules right now.
All right, please, quit waving that body pistol around. It's making me quite nervous. And
you should see a real pistol when Doyle shows up now.
So to answer your question, Eric, you are not privy to any of this. Exactly. All you know is that some bad guys are threatening your friends at the the Terran Legal Authority offices. No, you don't have to turn off audio. It's okay. That you are on the way to rescue them in whatever way you see fit. So there's that. So Keith says, look, as a former member of the diplomatic corps for the military, you understand that these sorts of things are held at the highest classifications, and this particular, the order that came down about you and the rest of your friends from the gin and tonic, it was delivered to us by the diplomatic corps.
Name. The diplomatic corps doesn't send the messages.
You realize
that's infrastructure. That is not a prison.
You have to understand, and please don't point that gun at me. You have to understand that I am by law prohibited from naming or attempting to name any member of the diplomatic corps that is approached or working with the Terran Interstellar Legal Authority under the auspices of the diplomatic corps' Secrecy Act, and I can't tell you his name.
I shoot him in the leg.
All right, roll the hit.
I applaud.
If only you were there.
Somewhere, staggering down the street, 3 kobolds in a trench coat with one arm smile. Yes.
Yeah. I'm looking at the secretary the whole time.
Something has gone right in the universe, and I can sense it.
I'm looking mournfully at a secretary the whole time, like, I tried. I really tried.
Well, she lets out a little squeak as the gun goes off, and that's a hit.
And I'm trying to do non-lethal damage. I'm not trying to blow his leg off.
With a gun? What, are you going to shoot him in the ass, or?
I'm shooting him like in the thigh meat, in the ass meat and the thigh meat.
The thigh meat. Do you realize, of course, that there is a giant blood vessel that goes through people's thighs that, should it be injured in any way, results in them bleeding out in like 20 seconds?
I would say that Dr. Wagner schooled me on the ancient art of torture. I mean, medical.
Oh, sure. The ancient art. I'm sure I could just see that meeting right now where it's like you and Wagner in the infirmary. There's a cadaver on the thing. He's like, look, if you shoot him right here in the leg, it's going to pierce that artery and they'll die almost immediately. But when they do, make sure that I get the body because I want to look at it. All right. So you shoot Smitchy in the leg. Yeah. Is this like a good old fashioned Irish kneecapping, or?
I'm really trying to graze him. I really don't want to hurt the man, but he's had an ample amount of time to give me a name.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So you plug. Give me what? Is it 46?
Oh God, I hope not. I don't want to.
All right.
His leg.
I think for a body pistol, I think it's 3d6.
Yeah, I'm trying to graze the man. Yeah, I think it's 3d6.
But if you're trying to graze him, you rolled a 9. I would say we will multiply the total damage by 75%. So, it was a 9. You just barely shot him. So,
all right.
10 points by 75%, round down, 7 points of damage as you graze his leg. Bria lets out a little squeak and sort of backs away from the thing. The 2 security guys are like, and Keeve lets out a high womanly, oh, you shot me in the leg. It's another crime, several crimes. You're doing yourself no service. I can't tell you the name.
I looked up the body pistol. It's 2d6. Just
2d6. All right. Go ahead and re-roll that. Yeah.
Watch. I'm gonna roll 12 boxcars. Blow his head clean off his body. All right, there we go. 1 point.
All right. So 1 point of damage. So he's crying like a baby on that. So.
Can you get this man a bandit? All right. I'm like, I need a name. I'm not going to tell that you gave it to me.
I can't tell you. You're asking me something that I can't do. I will face charges and I give you espionage charges if I give you the name. I can't do it. Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot me again. Please.
Is there? Now, I don't have any real computer skills here, but is there anybody who else? I don't believe you, Keeve. I'm sorry.
Cymbeline, Eric. Cymbeline Station.
I'm sorry, Keeve. I don't believe you. We were set up here, and I need a name. So we can settle some scores later. Do you have any? Do you think that person would give a whit if something happened to you?
It's the law. I can't do anything. I can't do it.
Off Officers, you're the members of the law. What do you think you should do here?
Shoot him again.
Yeah. So
he's a douche. Shoot him again. We've worked with diplomatic corps before. If that's who put this in case. We're real sorry that we've done anything to you guys. No, they seem impassive, but you can tell that they are watching you guys with well, frankly, these are the guys that announced your original crimes. It looks like they're tallying up all your additional crimes, like torture,
I know.
Interrogation, solicitation of classified information. You guys.
I went from like a smuggler to like what Mr. Pink or whatever in Reservoir Dogs in 1 second here. Like torture you. That's a good idea. Torture you.
Weber Jix is like, I don't tip. All right, so he's crying, whining a fair amount. Bria looks scared and a little disgusted, but he has not given up the name.
Bria, are you bound by any legal authority not to give us a name?
Well, yes, I am. But she goes, it's on his computer screen.
Oh, well, let me take a look. What do we got?
You can go around the side.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just push you around the side. All right. You see a variety of data scrolling around on this screen. It's like, no, don't look. But you see a name, Fish Udhert, FEASHUDHIRT, Fish Udhert, and Fish has a title of something like it's a complicated and not very illustrative title. It's something along like non-human liaison, Southern Quadrant, non-Terran access, that kind of stuff. He's obviously you've seen these kind of titles before. They're obviously civilian diplomatic corps.
Okay. So he's not a bear, but he probably works for a bear. At least
it's not a bear. It's not a bear name. It's a human name.
Okay. Fish is going to hurt when I catch up with him. Captain Black, I think we've accomplished everything we can here, sir. What do you want to do? Where's the med tech? Bria, any update on that medical person? We have now 3 people.
Are we going into our next?
We have 2 people who require medical attention and 1 who requires a hug here because he's fine.
Okay, let's go ahead and hold on. As you are looking at the thing, Bria yells out, "Mr. Chicks, watch out!" And you see Keeve Smitchy pull a gun from under his desk and pull around and at point blank range, and he fires. It's an auto pistol. And let's see. Wait a second. Yeah, so it's an auto pistol. Ooh, and he hits you with it.
All right, so I'm wearing that upgraded diplomatic armor. So how many points of damage is that?
5 points. He wings you.
So what do we say? The Diplo armor was it -2?
I think it's -3, but I have to dig it out. I'm not prepared with the catalog. I should just open that shit up every time.
I've got it open, but it's such a big.
It's a document, yeah. It's a hog.
Yeah.
I think it's 3.
I'm gonna take 2 points of damage then.
Right.
Did you say I had damage before? Because it looks like I can't.
You were damaged before in the gunfight
right, so 33,
with the police guys.
Okay. All right, so I have a 25. All right. I will be very surprised. Like, what? That's such a stereotypical move, Keeve.
All right. He's actually in the chair and he scoots it backwards until it bashes off of this door and stops. And he begins to get up out of the chair and he sort of like, so he's been shot in the leg. So he gets up, he's starting to get up on the chair, but you see him sort of like reach over to, so Bria is like, and he sort of like grabs onto her and begins, it looks like he's about to use her as a human shield of some sort.
I knew this guy was
cool.
A jerk.
All right, round 4.
It is 3, Les. You were correct.
Okay, good.
It is 3.
Protection
3? Okay, good. All right, round 4 we go into.
Well.
The security bot outside says, Weber, Jix, Captain Jet Black, we have a medical team here to provide you with medical assistance. Please stand away from the door and allow the team to enter.
Hold on that for a second. We have a
yeah.
situation in here.
Yeah, we got to clean up in aisle 5.
Please define situation.
There is someone wielding a weapon, and we're not sure that it's safe right now to let people in.
We have heard.
We're telling you this, but Keith Smitchy has his secretary as a hostage, trying to after shooting. I'm still surprised over here. I'm like looking down at my beautiful armor or whatever. I'm like, what the? Keith, you son of a bitch!
All right, so Keith has got Bria. Captain's like, we've got a situation. The security bot is like, we have heard and we have detected and logged 2 additional gunshots. One a body pistol, the other an automatic pistol. Both of these have been added to your charges.
Oh yeah, we're not the ones shooting the automatic pistol.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over the officers like, that one's not on me, man. That one is not on me.
That is to be decided in a court of law under the rubric of a magistrate and with appropriate legal defense.
But we're guilty until we actually prove ourselves innocent. Got it.
That is correct. Under Terran law, as you know, everyone is guilty until proven innocent.
This is,
all right. They still do not come in, and you can hear a voice outside, a woman's voice saying, do they still need a med tech?
Yeah, hold on. We might need a body bag in a second, too. Yeah.
All right.
You got some to do. All right.
It's Keeve's turn.
Where's
that was a surprise round. You guys were surprised, right?
I was surprised.
I think Weber was surprised. All right. Keeve is still on his he's moving around on his bum leg. He gets behind Bria and he gets an arm around her and he's got that gun sort of like right here. And he's like, look, I don't want to have to shoot you again, but I will if I have to. I can't believe you shot me. That was incredibly illegal of you. And he sort of like scooches her back around. He's like, now I want you to surrender to the appropriate legal authorities and put a stop to this madness while I back into this corner so that I am protected by my secretary in case you guys shoot at me again.
You really are a weasel, aren't you?
Yeah, you're a space douche of the highest order.
I work for the government. So yes, right. Weasel is really part of the job description.
Yeah.
All right, that's Keith. He does not throw any more shots. Captain Black, what about you?
So he's the same height as her, or is he like cowering?
Well, he's kind of like behind her.
Right, but if she's shorter than him, I'd still have a good headshot.
She's short, but he'll have cover. It'll make You get the impression this may not be the first person that he's used as a human shield. You get the impression that Keith Smitchy has human shield experience.
I'm just gonna be looking at Bria like did you know what this fucking guy?
She looks so. If you're looking at her, she looks scared because now she's like in between your gun and his guts. And that's the exact place that you remember she got up when you started waving your gun around and counting to 6 and all that kind of stuff. She got up and walked away. She's like, I don't want any part of it.
She needed to get away from him.
I know,
the last thing she wants is for a few extra holes to be drilled through her.
There's a stressful situation, and then there's your boss uses a human shield situation.
Yeah, that's
a completely different level. Like, there's no "I'm sorry" card for that, you know.
Yeah, he took it up to 11. Yeah, she's probably, thinking right now of her resignation letter. So the fun part is that chair over there is also stacked with a couple of submachine guns.
Well, he's got his hand around her. He got his hand around her, and he's got his pistol up to her with his other hand. So
right,
I think he's reaching for a submachine gun, but
he's not reaching for one yet. But they're right behind him.
True. Well, I would just say that if he makes a move when his pistol goes away from her neck, then we end him.
Well, it's sort of pointed sort of like in the general direction. Right now, it's sort of generally speaking in the direction of Captain Black. He's got sort of Bria between you and him, and he sees Black sort of has the flank position, so he's got the gun sort of. It's not, Captain. It's not really pointed at you, but it's certainly in your general direction.
Yeah, waving in that general direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know that, again, we've got the choice of always just giving in and being guilty until proven innocent, if they even didn't just kill us. Other than that, I could try to rush my way past now 2 med techs as well as a robot, which I don't think is really an option.
Well, we could bring the med tech in here, but I think that's the complicates the situation.
Yeah, no, I leave them out. I'm not going to try to bust through there. I think I've got no choice but to rush Kiev. I'm close enough that I should just be able to quickly step in and try a stun gun.
Okay.
I'll be talking trash to him the whole time. Like,
all right.
You bear weasel.
And like physically tackle him.
I think I got a better chance of stunning him than killing him in a single shot, is my thought.
Oh, with your stun stick? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because both his hands are occupied, so he really can't stop you until he pivots around. All he can do is try to use her as a human shield.
Yeah. So that's what I would do.
Uh-oh. The boom clock is counted down.
Bzzzt.
Dun, dun, dun. This is where it cuts away to a different scene to the front of the building.
There's a knock at the front door. Hello, 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Candygram.
All right, so you are going to rush him.
And stun stick him.
Okay, I like that. If that could work, let's do it. 8 is a hit. All right, so you rush him. Tell me what you're doing. I mean, you're just like rushing up there, pushing Bria out of the way and stun sticking him?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see it. So 8 is a hit. So you managed to get that stun stick. He's got the gun pointed at you. He hasn't fired yet though.
I need to look stun stick again. I think it's 26 plus the stun.
So that's the stun factor, which is basically I have to roll an endurance roll. That's if I roll less than the amount of stun stick damage, then I am stunned. Right. Okay, so you did 8 points of damage, so I'll go ahead and do that to him, and that's non-lethal as they say.
No, that was the swing to hit.
Oh, you punched him. Oh, you cracked him.
No, that was just to hit him with the stun stick.
Gotcha.
I gotta look up the damage. What's the damage on a stun stick? There.
I think it's not
shit.
2D.
Yeah.
It's just 2D.
It's 2D.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you do you're a revenant walking through the streets of Cymbeline.
I think there should be a crit table for the stun stick where you make them wet themselves, you know.
All right, so you hit him for 6 points of stick damage. So that's a pretty solid clout. Now he has to do better. He has to roll better than a 6. Let me check Smitchy's endurance roll. His endurance is, I hope that's not the case, because I think that may be a problem. I think his endurance score is a 4, which means that he's at minus. It is. So he's got a 4 for his endurance score, which means he is at -4 on this roll. So he has to roll a 10 or better. Oh God, I hate this. Let's just go ahead.
He's supposed to be a little greasy weasel, not a Navy SEAL here, right?
No, so he rolled a 4. So yeah, you clunk him really hard on the side of the neck with the stun stick, and he gets those wide saucer eyes again. And then you hear of the electricity, and there's a moment where you see a single curl of smoke come off of his thumb that's touching the metal of the gun. The gun drops to the ground, and then moments later, Kiev drops to the ground. Well, actually, he falls backward into the chair. So he is now sitting in the chair amongst the guns. Bria runs over here to the table.
All right, so why don't you clear him off the thing, and then we'll get the med tech in here.
Yeah, I tell Bria, don't worry, we're not doing anything to you, and just kind of roughly pick him up and throw him to the side and say, Weber, will you just handcuff him and get him under control?
Yeah. You just pick him off the couch and throw him on the ground.
With my cybernetic arm, I should be able to treat him like a puppet.
Oh yeah, he doesn't weigh much. Yeah. So he is now prone on the ground. He's still stunned.
I'm gonna pick him up and throw him on top of his desk and zip tie him. So I just want to leave him out like a hog.
When you say, Bria, we're not going to do anything to you, she goes, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. I got some great scotch here if you'd like a hit. Yeah.
All right, Black goes in, just whacks Smitchy with the stun stick, stuns him. Gun falls to the couch. So now there's 2 submachine guns and a pistol there. Smitchy gets yanked off and thrown onto the ground where he's just sort of like. Bria is starting to feel the effects of this tensible situation. And Black, you go back to the door.
Yep.
Like, Bria's got Space Helsinki syndrome. Nice.
Okay,
I think it's Stockholm syndrome you were looking for.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I don't know what
Helsinki syndrome is a whole other syndrome. We don't want to talk about that.
It's a whole other syndrome.
And it involves pets and stuff, and we don't want to go into that.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to tweet that.
Pets and safe words and stuff. We don't want to go there. Yeah.
Hold on, I got to tweet that. That's a whole other syndrome.
All right.
So speaking of tweets, I finally got all the quotes from Gen Con posted today, and the last one that I posted was from Miniatures Game. I have to tell you this because it's possibly the best version of phrasing that I've ever done, and I did this, and the moment I said it, I knew what I had done, and I had to almost leave the room. But it was a miniatures battle, and it was like Space Marines versus like lizard men, and one of the lizard men was hiding in a those trailer those trucking canisters, the containers, like a metal container. A lot of times they refer to them as cans, and so I was there was one guy in there who was undercover, and the doors were in the exact right place, and he was shooting us at us. And so what I said when it came to my turn was, okay, I'm going to try and plug that guy in the can. At which point, not only our table, but the entire room became deathly silent, and then people just started busting out laughing. My cousin was playing with my cousins. I thought my cousin Heather, I thought she was going to pee her pants. I'm like, I'll just go outside and come back in again in a few minutes, after all this died out. I couldn't believe I said it, and it was one of those where the words are flying out of your mouth, and you're like, "Oh, you're trying, give me those words back." I'm trying to plug that guy in the can. That's what I said.
Another right bar in New York for you, Les. So come on by.
It's literally the words that came out of my mouth. All right, so TILA Security, they are doing their thing. I got any more security guys? So they are not even aware of what's going on down here. I'm gonna have to hold on. Let me do this real quick. Whoops, that's not what I want. Who is that guy? Oh, that's him. So +1. So let's just add his dumbass to the initiative roll. That was what did I roll? 8. Okay. So we're going to put him there. And we might as well just add her in there too. What's her thing? Oh, she's +2. She's quick. Yeah, she's not that quick. We're just going to get everybody involved, because I have a feeling a lot of these people are suddenly going to be involved in whatever terrible things are about to take place. So,
What?
All right, that's TILA Security. Weberjix, you are up.
All right. Sorry about that, Bria. Has he always been an asshole like this?
Yes.
Does he have a safe word I should know about? I plan to rough him up.
Well, he's still on the ground twitching in stun state, so his eyes are open and he's kind of like a little rope of drool.
I'm zip tying him as best as possible.
Okay.
Where is he? Right here. I'm gonna step on his neck and zip tie him.
Step on his neck.
All right. So, Keeve, my friend, let's have another conversation beyond the first conversation, because little bureaucrats who are just doing their job don't pull a gat from under their desk and try to plug people in their office. And you're hostage taking of your own secretary. That's cool, dude. Oh, I can't.
He responds,
Well said. I will take that as a confession.
All right. So do you? I mean,
this-
so you take a round and you basically zip time and throw them over there with the other guys, or you just leave them there? Or
I'm gonna zip time and throw him into the chair that's right here. So he's facing the desk. I'm gonna go sit in his chair, and he's gonna sit there.
all right, so you're gonna whip them around over into one of these, kind of right like that.
And then I'm gonna like Captain Black, send in the med, but be ready. And then I will stand. I want to use Bria as a thing, but I'll stand over here by the submachine guns as the med tech comes in.
Well, Bria is basically standing away from Keeve. She actually goes back around to the other side of the desk and sort of stands over here.
She seemed to be more attentive talking to me, or Captain Black.
Probably.
The reason I'm asking is I'd like to say, Cap, maybe have a word with Bria. Maybe there's something else she could tell us about this space weasel that.
Well, she seems to be more interested in Captain Black. Captain Black
her
basically saved her.
Yeah, I'm saying her loyalty might be available at the moment. her previous boss has been kind of a dick. Maybe see if she gets me out there.
That's a real bad boss move.
Yeah. Like, what happened at work today, honey? You're not gonna believe this. My boss freaking took me hostage in a gunfight. What? Again?
Again? Or as we like to call it around TILA, Wednesday. All right. The Keeve is sort of sitting, burbling in a thing. Bria has gone over the thing. She seems, Weber, to your eyes, she seems enamored is too strong a word, but you can see that she's watching Captain Black. He, after all, did save her life from her point of view.
I'm saying she might be a little more receptive
with a little bit of gutsy fisticuffs and a little bit of trouncing, and she seems disgusted by Keeve Smitchy at this point. And his willingness to use her as a human shield.
That's fine. As
never really oppresses people.
Weber Jigsaw already has enough ex-wives. He doesn't need anybody else hanging around. So, all right. So, Cap, maybe you use your smooth machismo. Let's call in the med techs and get these other two officers out of here.
Captain Black, smooth criminal. All right. The moment we've all been waiting for. At the front door. The glass front doors of the TILA Legal Authority, the Terran Interstellar Legal Authority, arrives a haggard-looking one-armed man with a very conspicuously bulgy trench coat and a haggard look in his eyes. Coffin Doyle, you have arrived. What do you do?
Hello?
All right, so you bang on the thing, and you hear. So the doors remain closed, and you hear. So you can see a couple of people in there. So one is this woman here, and you can see that the nameplate on her desk, the digital LED nameplate, says Miss Popov, and there's another guy over here dressed in. It's not khakis per se, but sort of military grade. He's got some armor on, and he's just standing there. You don't see any guns. He's not carrying a gun or anything, but he looks a little. Your security chief experience tells you that this guy is either hired help or hired muscle.
I got a feeling the woman is more dangerous than the guy. Okay.
So you say you hang on the knock on the wall and say hello, and there's a from an unseen speaker you hear a voice, Miss Popov. You can see her leaning over, pointing her face at her computer screen, and she says, "Yes, can we help you? The Terran Interstellar Legal Authority offices are closed right now."
Hi, I'm looking for Captain Black. Is he here?
Oh, you just said the magic word.
I'm sorry, there's no one here by that name. Again, the offices are closed. Would you like to come in? We can check our records to see if what would you say, Mr. Black was here earlier?
Captain Black. Do you have any coffee?
I'm certain we have some somewhere. I'm sorry. Could you tell me your name and what business you have with the legal authority this afternoon?
Doyle. Captain Black is my commanding officer, and he has ordered me here. I am reporting to Captain Black. I'm here to assist.
I see. One moment, and you see her sort of doing some stuff on her desk, and a portion of the glass right in front of you here opens up, and she says, you can hear her voice clearly. It's non-modulated at this point. She says, please come in, Mr. Doyle.
Hi. Yeah. Hey. Thank you. Nice place. I'm sorry, I haven't slept in a day or two. I just
you can't tell.
Lots going on, you know, and also, I got mugged. And
did they take your arm?
The arm, you know, that's a
What's wrong with me? That's a terrible joke.
You know, ma'am, I'm a veteran. Lost my arm on Planet P. The bugs got me, but you know.
So, do you go in?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to move into where you go?
Yeah, sure. I'm here. Hi. I was on. Yeah, I'm a veteran of Planet P. My arm. You know, I admit I'm a little self-conscious about it. Never mind. Captain Black, is he here?
If you would be so kind, I will be happy to check for you. We have you mentioned coffee. We have I've already dispatched a bot to go attend to some coffee. If you would just step through the that portal area right there, and there's a small couch over there. I will check my records. I'll be right with you, and we'll see where, if anywhere, your commanding officer is.
Sure. I have got my finger on the trigger of my undercoat little gun, and
okay.
But you know what? I don't want to go. I don't want to shoot these guys. I don't want to shoot the nice lady. Even though I think she.
Sorry.
Oh, you went through the portal with the gun?
No, not yet.
You're just prepping the sound effect.
Right.
No, actually, that was Dr. Wagner arriving on the scene. So, Doctor, we'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah.
About time.
I'm going to say, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'll casually step through the
Yeah, so that is a metal detector, and it goes off like a howitzer. At which point, this dude over here, the guy in the armor, and he's not so. A couple of things you notice. One, he's wearing armor, and he looks a little sketchy, but he is also not in, like, you know that TILA people in the Terran Legal Authority wear uniforms. And this guy, and they're usually sort of black SWAT looking things. This guy's not wearing a uniform of any kind. He's sort of wearing, I would say, casual. This is gonna sound weird. Casually military clothes.
Mhm.
You know that. I mean, he's got those blouse trousers with the many pockets. He's got his armor over a flak jacket of some sort. He's got a little toque on his head. He comes out with a submachine gun and is like, Sir,
What?
put down your weapons. Put down your weapons, sir.
Weapons?
Yeah.
Me?
All right. With that note, so you've come in, you've come through the thing. The thing is going on, and
Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I gotta go ahead and tweet that right now. Weapons? Me? All right. tweeted. All right, so we're gonna stop your turn there because you come through. This is still going. You can see as you turn, you can see a security bot float in at the top of these stairs that lead to a raised area. This guy has a submachine gun on you. He says, "Sir, you need to drop your weapons right now." And we go into round 5.
Dun, dun, dun.
Security bot. All right. So the security bot by you guys is saying the medical technicians are here. Please open the door from the inside so that we may enter and provide first aid and medical assistance to any people who you have shot.
Through neural ace, I asked Weber. So what was your ploy in bringing the medical team here? What's our play here?
How was that supposed to work again?
Yeah.
My hope was when they try to load these guys back out of here after this person renders aid, but we'll have to frisk to make sure they're not bringing weapons in. That we in the hubbub of them trying to clear the hall to get these guys out of here, we make our break for it. But obviously, Keeve may have changed the rules up a little bit because I didn't expect him to pull a gun on us and expose his true wisdom. So we might need to be here a few more minutes to squeeze him for anything else he might be able to tell us. I feel like there's just a little bit more in that juice to be squeezed out of our old pal here.
Is where I'm leading.
And I understand you have a date too with Bria that you gotta make. So
I'm just starting to think that this is maybe our best chance to try to make a rush out of here and just take out this pop when we open the door. Because I don't see bringing more people in the room.
Bringing a person in isn't mutually exclusive to not taking out the bot. So you can.
Yeah, I just think the bot might be expecting us to open the door right now and therefore won't immediately react. And that can give me a moment of surprise to attack him.
Sure. Did you want to have a minute to ask Bria a question before? I thought she might be.
Well, we got a name now at least.
Right. I just want to know how she knows how sketchy this Keeve dude is. Is he really a bureaucrat? Is this whole thing a crime front setup? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, this was definitely a setup.
Man, the deep state's out to get us, man.
Deep state, man.
How did I get to the side
that's
of the
what
fence?
we need. We need the equivalent of Fox News, and we need to get a message to them.
How did I get to this side of the fence where the deep state's out to get me?
Yes, the deep state is attacking Terran citizens on behalf of the Ursa Empire.
And our only true savior are jellyfish aliens who are true friends. It's fascist jellyfish aliens.
You talking about the Affront?
Yeah, the Affront. Their name alone should tell you that maybe you don't want to trust those guys, but whatever.
When they chose the name, they really should have thought that through.
Well, so that's not technically their actual name. They're called the Isilurians, but at some point somebody referred to them as an affront to all that is sane and holy, and they liked it so much that they just started referring to themselves as the Affront. They really sort of grooved on that.
I think we should start referring to Fletcher as the Affront now, and the affront to all that's sane and holy. You're just like turning Lester's bad guys into pink mist everywhere we go. Like, do I need to do any work here? Do I need to be here? Yeah. All right.
Well, then how about this? We'll let the techs in, and you search them as we let them in.
Okay, I'll be happy to do that. So this guy's zip tied. Bria, can I turn my back on you without you shooting me?
Yes.
Thanks.
Sorry, she was staring at the captain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Captain. I'm telling you, there's something more you can get out of here. You know, why don't you go make nice with the lady?
All right. So I tell the security bot, I said, we're going to open the door so you can send in the text. We've gotten this situation back under control in here.
How many people have you shot?
2-ish have been shot. I'm not naming names here, but 2 people-ish.
Acts have taken place, and there are 3 people that are injured in here that need your attention.
Yeah. One is only mildly injured, but he might need more medical attention later. So, all right. Let's see who they send in. Is it going to be a real med tech, or is it going to be a mercenary ready to plug us both?
And I'm staying out of view behind this side of the door while Weber searches them on their way through.
Okay.
Okay.
We're getting ready to plug the bot if opportunity arises.
All right, sounds good. All right. Keeve's turn. Let me see. How long does stun last? I'm trying to find out how long stun lasts. Do you guys know how long that is?
No. Does it say in the catalog? I don't think it says.
That's what I'm looking. I'm not
choice.
Sure.
I mean, even the Don't Tase Me bro is able to keep talking shit the entire time he's being tased. So I don't think he's going to be too far not talky. But I guess this is a much more powerful taser potentially.
Oh yeah, this is worse than a taser.
All right, so I think he will remain stunned until he makes the appropriate saving throw to be unstunned. So the damage was 6. Ooh, close. He's starting to come around, you think. You may have to stun him again. Captain Black.
Andrew's been waiting for his turn so long, his face hair has grown over completely. Oh, there he is. Okay. Just look in the back of your head.
He had a long hike.
Yeah.
It has been a while.
It has been a while, I'm sorry to say.
Tiger penises aren't going to carry themselves.
That's right.
Well, actually, I bought some appendages for them.
All right. So Captain Black, you are up, and then this guy, and then Dr.
Well, that
Ryder,
was my turn. So I've told the bot that we're ready to let the techs in.
So you open the door. Okay. It opens up, and the bot sees. You can see the bot is almost certainly scanning the room very quickly, and then he backs away, and a woman with a case comes in, and behind her, a TILA legal security also carrying a case. Where are the woman goes, all right, where are the wounded? Oh, I see.
We're in a corner, yeah. I want a corner.
She comes through, as does this.
No, I said we're going to search her before she goes into the room.
Oh, you're going to search her?
Right.
Okay. How?
Normally I don't do this, but
with the backs of his knuckles.
Up to the second knuckle. All right. I will after pop her case open and
is that a euphemism or?
Yeah, I do a frisk.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check on the frisk.
I got liaison and carousing, so shouldn't I get a bonus on that? Let's see, intelligence. I have intelligence at 11, so that's at plus.
Ooh,
2,
that's
right?
plus 3.
Plus 3, okay. Plus 3. Yeah, I do want to roll a d20. No, 2 d20s. That ought to give me enough. All right.
don't roll 2.
9.
9. Okay. You do actually find no weapons, but you do find that she has 2 separate video monitoring bugs attached to her clothing. Very small pinhole cameras.
I will look into like no, and I will put those back out of the room.
And she kind of just goes, and then she goes, "May I go and help these poor men?"
Please.
Okay.
What about this other security guy? Is he trying to come in the room with another case?
Well, yeah, he's definitely coming in. He's got a case in his hand and he's trying to look innocent.
Whoa. Let's close the door behind him and let's pop that case over, my friend.
You close the door behind him?
Yep.
Okay.
Does he look like a real officer or does he look like a shady SOB?
He looks like a real officer.
All right. What's your name, officer?
My name is Commander Wood.
Commander Wood?
Zen Wood.
Are you carrying Woods with you? Zen Wood, huh?
Look, I don't write these names.
Well, Officer Wood, are you carrying weapons on you that you're going to try to pull on me and gun me down in cold blood?
He looks at you. Do you have a gun out? Are you guys pointing guns at him? So he basically goes, I'm a Terran Interstellar Legal Authority security officer, and
a lot of stuttering there.
I am indeed carrying a weapon, as I am required.
Well, we're going to relieve you said weapon until you leave this room, because right now this room is sovereign territory of this little situation. You've left TILA. You've left TILA space for the moment.
Fine. It is in a secreted holster in the small of my back.
Okay, I'll get that.
And he holds the case up.
All right. Like he's doing like John Cusack and say anything, just holding it above his head.
Well, he's just holding. He's got like a little strap on it, and he's holding it in one hand and the other one.
Right. What do you got in the case there, Officer Wood?
Medical equipment for the med tech.
Yeah, I don't think she needs any more help. She looks like she's pretty proficient over there. So why don't this case go back down the hall?
She hears you. She goes, Mr. Jix, I do need the equipment in there. These men are grievously injured. They have laser and bullet wounds. Please let him pass.
All right, I look in the case first before I let him pass.
The case itself looks like it's filled with medical equipment. I mean, you kind of toss around in there. You don't see anything that looks like a weapon.
All right, and I've frisked him beyond his other weapon, right?
Give me another intelligence check.
All right.
He has another body pistol strapped to his ankle.
Officer Wood,
Disc.
you have been disinvited from our party. I will take your case. And you may go.
All right.
So I will take his body pistol and then I will escort him out of the room.
All right. He goes over there.
Boot to the butt. Poof.
All right. Doors closed. The Captain Black, you can hear the bot take up a position. But he's not spouting inanities at this point, like surrender yourselves and that kind of stuff. Both of the medical person and Officer Wood kneel down and begin, are you okay? The one guy who's more wounded, how do you feel? Do you feel a burning sensation? That kind of thing. There's all kinds of questions, and they're working on them. They do seem to be engaging in medical help.
You think it'd be more impressive if I pick up both submachine guns here and hold them separately? No, I don't want Officer Wood to get any ideas, so I'll pick up a submachine gun and stand there here, but not pointing directly at him, just away. Like, Keeve, are you feeling a little more chatty now?
He's unconscious still.
Right. We'll get back to you.
All right, my turn. Coffin. This guy takes a step forward. He's got that submachine gun pointed right at you, and he's like, "Whatever you're packing, mister, drop it right now, or I shoot."
That's what the ladies always say.
Dr. Wagner, you arrive on the steps of the Terran Interstellar Legal Authority, the wide steps against the glassine wall that blocks off everything. And you can see a very interesting tableau. You see Coffin Doyle standing inside with with his hand underneath the flap of his trench coat. That didn't sound right.
Seems to be fingering something vigorously.
He seems to have his finger on something. We're not sure. It's large, though. Over here behind a desk, there's a blonde woman standing up, and she's sort of watching everything over there. And then there's another guy here that has a submachine gun pointed at Doyle. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can see them through the glassine door windows.
Door windows, okay.
Well, you've seen this technology before. Basically, they're all each portion of this glassine wall will, at a command, an electronic command will slide open depending on where a person's standing. Usually, they respond automatically to proximity, but it's after hours now, so they probably have to be keyed in from in front.
Okay. So what are you saying? I'm going to have trouble getting in?
Depends on how you go in.
Well,
so I got a question for you. Are you armed?
I've got my medical bag. I may have some tiger penises.
Did you bring the frost gun?
Yeah, I guess I would have. I mean, if everyone was running off, yeah, I probably would have brought it.
Okay, so you do have your frost gun. Do you remember the proper name for that?
The snow cone maker.
Ah, that's right.
Everybody chill.
There it is. A cryojet gun. In one way, The opposite of a flamethrower, it projects a stream of cryogenically chilled liquid, which can do massive damage to living tissue. Its primary use is to seal the joints of armor, temporarily incapacitating targets. If a target wearing any kind of armor is struck by a cryojet, it has to make a strength check or be held in place for 1 dice of rounds. All right.
It's also good for turning glass into frigid.
Well, yeah, if it shoots a cryogenically chilled liquid, yeah, even augmented glass like this would probably be subject to problems.
I should think so.
Okay.
So I guess first thing is try to get into the building. Is this the doorway at the top of the steps the only obvious way in?
Yeah, this whole line that you see here, this whole line that you see here is essentially the glass wall that blocks off the thing. You can easily see through it. You can see this woman behind the desk. You can see this guy holding the gun. Now, as you move closer, you can see there's a security bot at the top of the stairs. And you can see Coffin. You can see the bright flashing lights of a metal detector that has gone off. And your guess is that Coffin walked right through there. Yeah, you can see everything that's going on. Nobody seems to be paying attention to you. Everybody's looking at Coffin.
It's very rakish.
He's a delight.
Rakish.
Do I see any the glass open? Does it slide open?
It does not.
Do I see any way to open it?
There's no particular openings in the glass. Your guess is that it sort of is open from inside, and the glass will morph away or that kind of stuff. But you don't see any seams or anything like that.
Well, I suppose I should blast it.
Okay. Are you going to shoot the glass? Schießen die Fenster.
She's shoot the glass.
Shoot the glass.
Well,
all right, where are you?
I'll try knocking.
Okay, so you're gonna knock first?
Yeah, I'll be a gentleman. I'm here on a medical mission.
All right. Okay, so you knock on the glass, at which point this woman's head whips. God dang it, I keep doing that. This woman behind the desk, her head whips around, and you see her lean forward, and she goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
I'm Dr. Wagner.
We're closed.
I'm Dr. Wagner. God damn it, open up.
Dr. Wagner, who called for you?
Why, I have patients in this building.
But if you'd arrived like 2 more minutes later, what I would like to lesson describe the situation is, as you walk up to the glass, you notice a pool of blood seeping slowly underneath the glass into the street. Yeah, you hear the screams of the innocent and not so innocent in the distance. What do you do? What's your action?
The screams of the innocent and the not so innocent. All right, Wagner. Do you have diplomacy or bluff or anything like that? From a skill standpoint, what skills do you have?
My skills are computer, electronic, medicine, carbine. Get back that. Carbine, computer, cutlass, electronics, medical.
Okay, so give me a 2d6 and add your intelligence bonus.
My intelligence bonus. Okay.
Your int. That would be your fourth score.
4th score, and 7 years ago today. So that would be.
So I got a text, just so you know, I got a text from Don. He says, "Guess what? My power is still out."
Oh, wow.
Well, obviously he has a cell phone, so he could be joining us.
Yeah, quitter.
Matt joined us from outer space, for crying out loud.
That's right. I joined you from. I was dead for 3 minutes just so I could call in from the other side.
Hold on a second. Matt says he joined from outer space. Period. You still have. Fucking stop working. Matt says he joined from outer space, comma. You still have cell phone reception. Why aren't you here? Question mark.
Hashtag quitter.
Hashtag quitter.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
I think he just expects us to die and figured he didn't have to be here to watch it.
Hashtag quitter. There we go. All right, I just sent him that text. I'll let you know what he said. All right. Did you roll? 8.
Yes.
All right. She looks at you curiously, and both. So Doyle kind of looks around when you knock on the wall, and he's like, and this other guy has got the submachine gun. He keeps it at Doyle, but he's looking at you, and he seems confused. But the door opens. She lets you in. So the glass right in front of you sort of goes and opens up, and you can step in.
All right. So I do.
All right. As you get in, Miss Popoff says, "Sir, please stay back from that man. He is armed, and we suspect dangerous. He's being taken into custody."
He is my patient, and I must see him now.
She seems confused.
He
Hold
is a
on.
mental patient, and if I don't give him his medication right away, it's going to be a rather.
All right, she rolled a 6, which means she sort of believes you. And
it's really not a tough sell.
well, frankly, she looks at Doyle in this trench coat with obvious problems and his one arm, and he's got 15 hit points. I mean, he's obviously damaged in some way. The two baby steps it takes to go from dangerous lunatic to mental patient under this guy's care is not that really a big a jaunt. So she's like, so there's a pause, and she goes, "Oh, thank God you're here. He's right over there. Please help him. Please."
Okay, so I step up to the coffin. I hand him a lollipop and go, there.
There. All right. Hold on a second. Don texted back. He goes, "Do they need a pilot? I've got 19% battery left on my phone."
Yeah.
Well,
you might tell him.
Tell him to go sit in his car.
Tell him the night's not over yet. Preserve that battery.
All right. If you guys are willing to flip him off on camera, I'll take a picture of it and send it to him. So flip off your Zoom cameras. Come on. Got it.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom,
So
you're catching
this
us
is
at
the-
our best, Tom.
This is the picture. I don't know if you can see that.
Why don't you make sure you put it in the weekly wrap up there.
Oh man.
Sounds like I came right at the right time.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
No, that's going.
All right. Wagner steps in front of the guy with the submachine gun and says, wait, he's my patient. Don't hurt him. And steps in front of Coffin Doyle, blocking him from view. All right. TILA Security. What are they doing? These guys are getting operated on. These guys are like, now they've got 2 more hostages. What a dickhead move on the part of the security bots. What is this? Now we've got a mental patient in the office over here. So this guy's going to break off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Submachine gun out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Behind Wagner, behind Doyle, you see a guy in TILA uniform he's got a submachine gun in his hand, much like, it's Dr. Wagner. He sees it. He looks like this. That's what TILA uniforms look like. And he's come down and he's like, "Sir, what is going on? Miss Popoff, is everything under control?" And he's trying to get a sense of the situation. But that's his whole turn. Weberjix. They're working. So in the room, Keeve is still gurgling. Bria is still sort of looking at Jet. The medics are working on the guys you shot. What do? You're standing next to a small chair full of weapons.
Yeah, pick up the submachine gun, just to make sure nobody got itchy fingers. But I'm making motion. I'm neuro lacing the Cap again. Like, Cap, this is your chance to go talk to her. see if she squeezes any more information out of her. We need all the information we get before we adios out of this room. And
I think you should do that because I'm going to be busy trying to get the adiosing out of the room underway.
All right, so I'm going to pick up all 3 weapons.
Okay.
And try to look as cool as possible.
Okay.
My tattered business suit here. I'm trying to get the right part of there's the thing. And so I'm not leaving any more weapons on the chair for anybody to grab up and become a hero. And go like, hey, Bria, can we have a quick chat while your boss is still drooling on himself over there?
She kind of,
I'm going to say ex-boss by this point, right?
Tears her eyes away from Captain Black for a moment and says, and she sort of steps backward into the desk area. She's like, you're not gonna hurt me or anything, are you?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Would your captain even allow that? Captain, is your friend going to shoot me?
No. Don't worry about it. He just needs to ask you some questions.
I suppose that would be all right. What questions do you have for me?
Chief, he's more than just a wee little bureaucrat, isn't he?
He's the head of this this office.
Yeah, people who are heads of offices and bureaucrats don't generally have a gun taped to the bottom of their desk and take their secretaries hostage.
I swear to you, and I'm telling the absolute truth. I had no idea that he would have something so prosaic as a pistol attached to the bottom of his desk. I've worked with him for over a year and a half, and I've never seen anything like this. He's acted in ways tonight that are just completely out of character for him. I never knew that he was such a violent and unstable person.
And it hurts me to tell you this because it hurts me as a human being and not just as a character here, but there's a deep state conspiracy.
Oh boy.
I need you to drive the nearest pizza place. No, wait.
Your middle name wouldn't be Q, would it?
No. It's Space Q.
Space Q.
I guess that's already taken. Star Trek is like, it's trademark infringement.
Well, welcome to Space Q.
So look, is there anybody you can think of that this, I'm assuming ex-boss of yours, has communicated with at any time in your presence that might be of use to this country? We're trying to understand why people are acting the way they are. Because I'm not going to say we didn't do anything that was on that list. That was quite a trumped-up list of charges, and mostly we're acting on behalf of other powerful people.
So, I want to just say, speaking as the DM. Every single one of those charges was legitimately a crime that you guys had committed at some point. I mean,
there's
very
been so
careful.
many now. It's been so many now. It's hard to keep track.
I was very careful. I reviewed the videos. You know. Oh yeah, that's murder.
When? Well,
all right. So
warehouse,
what she tells you is that she was given to understand that tonight the crew of a ship was coming in to surrender to TILA Security. They've been accused of a variety of charges, and that they were coming in to surrender to TILA Security to be taken off station and brought to the nearest magistrate, which she would say. So Kiev mentioned Tau Ceti. Tau Ceti is a ways away. The nearest magistrate is probably Prometheus, which is, jump 4 from here, so a double jump. That's probably the closest. Although Terra's not far. I mean, you're only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parsecs from Terra itself. So it's possible that you would have been taken directly to Terra, but the likelihood is that you guys would have faced a magistrate in Prometheus. Now, you know that Prometheus system is a huge system. Several dozen billion sentients live there, and it has Frank. Let me put it this way: Prometheus system was one of the first systems that were colonized when the Salamini left Terra. Do you guys hear that clicking noise?
Yeah, I do.
Allison Sean.
Allison Sean is a.
Allison Sean. Who's that? Hello, Allison. Whoever you are, you're making a clicking noise. Well, I guess she heard us.
That's Don.
It's Don. Hello,
Hey, it's Don.
Don.
Oh my God. Okay, he's back. Allison, why are you pretending to be Don?
Can we call you Allison?
Don was the wedding Zoom meeting I set up. Allison and Sean got married.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I thought this was another alias of your character here. You know.
So we just got your audio. We don't have video, or is it because you don't have
a phone? Isn't he?
It's on my phone. I have no power.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
All right. Hey, we were just, Eric put everybody up to flipping you off on that picture. I don't know what happened.
It was all Eric.
Tom witnessed the whole thing. It was very embarrassing.
But hey, they don't really need a pilot. So I mean, if you want to, with your power out, if you want to conserve your juice on your phone, I completely understand.
Don, you're at the very start of a space Mexican standoff that's probably going to go south very rapidly if you want to hang around.
You might be the only one left of the crew at the end of this.
Well, yeah, he's in a local tavern, scrolling through a variety of ads on Space Craigslist. So, no.
And in space, he had power.
Unlimited power.
No, but if you need to save your juice, we understand.
I just figured Tam is now going by Allison Sean as his new alias.
My
face is Allison
it's
Sean.
It's another one. He's like, "Hi, I'm Allison."
Gawker? No, I don't know that guy.
Allison Sean? No, I never heard of Memitam or Gawker. They sound like degenerates. All right, Weber. So you are over there. So Bria basically tells you that Keeve is the head of office here on Cymbeline Station. It's a bit of a punishment for him. He was I don't want to say a much more important bureaucrat, but he did have better.
Could have been somebody.
He could have been a contender. But he had a better positions of power in other systems. Now he's never worked in Terra, but in Terra system, Sol system. But he has worked in other positions where nominally being posted here, even as head of office, would have been a downgrade. And she's heard scuttlebutt that he did something that was seen as being problematic from a TILA standpoint, and it wasn't enough to get him fired, but it was enough to get him demoted and sent out into the hinterlands. Now, what she will also tell you is that basically he's run this office and been a pretty fair boss, but she's never heard the name Fish Udhint, and is not sure what that means that he's been talking with somebody from the diplomatic corps, because usually the only time and you would know this, the only time the civilian diplomatic corps would bring in TILA, it would be if they had acquired somebody, if they had taken somebody, if the diplomatic corps had taken somebody into custody that had violated various Terran laws and they were turning them over to them, or the opposite, if TILA had acquired somebody or arrested somebody that had violated some sort of precepts of the diplomatic corps, they might turn over somebody to the diplomatic corps. But usually their remits are very different. So she's not sure why Smitchy would be talking to anybody, this guy Udhint from the diplomatic corps. She's not sure why this guy would be at all involved in not rudimentary, but certainly not 100% out of the ordinary group of guys turning themselves in to face crimes or go see a magistrate. Although these situations could be dangerous, she wasn't given to believe by Smitchy that it was anything but you guys were turning yourselves in to face these various charges.
Well, setting aside our alleged crimes, would you say that maybe Keeve turns out to be a liar?
Narrator steps in and says, "There was nothing alleged about the crimes."
Hey. I know that. You know that. But Bria doesn't know that. She has the luxury of doubt.
The luxury. She has the luxury of doubt. I'm tweeting that too. That's a brilliant. I'm going to use that at work. Well, he has the luxury of doubt.
Not that we're stinking guilty beyond all things. She has the luxury of doubt.
Anyway, our crimes were against the Ursay, not against Terra in any way, shape, or form.
I would like
if we were on Ursay, I would
most
expect
part.
to be treated this way. But we are not on Ursay. We're being treated this way by our own government. And so that's not right.
All right. So last question for you. We need to leave here. So I have two questions, two-part question. One, will you be safe if we leave you under the auspices of Keith Smitchy? Or do you want to leave with us? Or B, we need to get out of here, and our ship may or may not have been interdicted by now. Any insight on how I might turn that around, turn the interdiction off, so we can get the heck out of here? I think you can agree, Bria. It would be best for all parties if we were elsewhere, wouldn't you say?
Well, what I do know is that your ship almost certainly is not under interdiction. It was, the plan, as I would understand it, was that once you were taken into custody, the same TILA security operatives who took you into custody would then go down to the gin and tonic and place it under interdiction. As far as I know, there's no other security men. And since they haven't taken you into custody yet, technically, I don't know that anybody is actually on the way to the gin and tonic right now.
So, and the second part about you and Keeve, are you going to be able to work this out in sort of an HR situation, or are you concerned that you might disappear in some sort of unsavory way because he's clearly not everything he appears to be?
She looks over at Keeve and kind of makes just the gentlest spitting sound, like she's like, I'll be fine. Okay. Although it's, and she sort of, her eyes sort of cut over to Captain Black. She goes, although your offer is tempting. She sort of like recovers and she goes, I'll be fine. I'm an employee of TILA, and once this gets out that Mr. Smitchy has done violated Terran law, I'm sure that this will be the last post that he holds for the Terran Interstellar Legal Authority.
Well, yeah, I have to say there was more than one witness. So as long as those officers recover from their injuries, I say there's a fair chance that you'll be heard. All right. So I guess last question for you. The person is
thank God.
Fetish Udhurt. Fishy Udhurt, Fetish Udhurt.
Fish.
F-E-A-S-H.
Fish.
Microfeature.
Udhurt.
Udhurt. Any idea where he is? Did they say? Because I know what he said he was taking us, and you said where the nearest one is, but I don't actually think we got a location of this guy.
It's possible. I could take a look, and nobody's really paying attention to her, but you see Smitchy is sort of in the chair. He's trying to talk and can't because of the stun. But you get that he's trying to get her to shut up. She says, "Let me take a look," and she sort of looks at his. She looks at his thing. It looks like this particular message. I don't see any area. I don't see any particular instance that shows a home office. But this particular message was sent from Mirabilis system.
That makes sense. Oh, Mirabilis. That's our home
of the Spofulam Corporation.
Yep. And Cogsworth.
Cogsworth
Cogs. All right. All right. Bria, you've been great. So we're gonna just get out of here in a minute. So just look surprised when we adios out, okay?
Well, there's several people in here, so everything I've done is obviously being recorded as well. But I have nothing to fear because I have violated no laws, unlike Mr. Smitchy, who has behaved abominably, I must say. And now it's Coffin Doyle's turn to see what has happened. Obviously,
I would leave it a stun stick, but I fear for Keith's life.
So Coffin, suddenly Dr. Wagner has entered the room, stepped in between you and the guy holding a submachine gun on you and said, "Oh, thank God you're okay. I brought your medicine." And I'm assuming that Dr. Wagner is standing in front of Coffin going like this, in some fashion. But he's standing in front of you. You are now. He's actually. You have to. As a security chief, you admire Dr. Wagner's courage because he basically stepped between you and a gun. However, you see Dr. Wagner's eyes sort of flick over your shoulder, and you hear behind you and say, "Who is this? What's going on here? Miss Popov, who are these men?"
Okay. I'm a veteran of Planet P.
Dr. Wagner, do you say things like, "That's okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed"?
Look, if it weren't for me, all of you would be governed by bugs. I was there on the front lines. Listen, I'm trying to find Captain Black. Where's Captain Black?
At that point, you see this TILA security man, his eyes kind of like, and his submachine gun comes up, and he's like, "Captain Black, you're one of them, aren't you? Come with me. You're under arrest. You too. What is your name? Wagner? I thought I heard her say Wagner. You're under arrest. Bot, come down and help us." Security bot starts coming down, moving slowly.
Oh, wait a minute. I told you he's a mental patient. Just back off.
Hold on. Let me see what
Captain
this
Black
guy
is a pipe tobacco, for God's sake.
Dr. Wagner,
Captain
wait.
Black is a pipe tobacco.
Dr. Wagner?
Yes. It's I. It's time for your medicine.
Is that you?
It is I.
It's mine. It's me.
She'd enter every room like that. Yes, it is I, Dr. Wagner.
I haven't had my pills.
That's right. You need your pills. Thank
wait.
goodness you're starting to come to your senses.
Where am I?
You're in this strange facility. I need to get you help right away.
I have no idea what's going on.
I need to reattach your arm, son.
My arm? Wait, where's my arm? My arm. My arm
You
is
used
gone.
to slap the last person who tried to stop you.
All right, this guy has a 6 intelligence. So let's just see what happens here. Oh, that's nice. That's real good. So you see him sort of like the submachine gun sort of drops to his eyes, like, mental patient. Mental patient. And he begins to like, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, sir. I had forgotten that Captain Black was indeed a pipe tobacco. And I'm sorry. It's just a fucking weird coincidence. I'll tell you that much. And he starts moving towards you, but the gun is down. This guy has also lowered his weapon as well. All right, Coffin, are you going to do anything else other than talk to Dr. Wagner?
I'm gonna babble. But my medicine, and where's my whiskey?
Sir, can we be of service? Can we do anything there? And so
I asked for coffee. I need coffee.
That is a mental patient maneuver. It was like, where's my whiskey? Because everybody loves to hear, what are we going to do with this mental patient? I think let's add alcohol to this situation. All right, so you guys have pulled off a fairly extensive ruse here, and it has worked beyond all reasonable assumptions. So far, it has worked. So we go into round 6. We've got a hostage situation over in the office. We've got a mental patient situation out in the lobby. This security bot comes down here, stops behind Mr. Wagner, and says, "Doctor, may I be of assistance with your patient?"
All right. I make curious sounds.
Okay. All right, it's Keeve's turn. Let's see if he can destunify himself.
By the way, Les, I looked it up and it said it would be 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
But then you can battle it automatically.
Yeah, we'll just keep doing this. Nope. He's still stunned, and that jibes with the minute. So he's still like, drool coming down. There's a little snot bubble in one nose as he does that. Captain Black, you're up. You find Bria Dubaz staring at you out of the corner of her eye again while she answers Weber's question.
I hope I don't let her down. God, I wish I was Fletcher right now.
What's that Seinfeld quote in the Pigman episode? Is like, no matter what kind of hideous deformity these guys have, there's going to be some subsection of women that finds it attractive. that curly tail really turns me on. She's looking at your cybernetic arm. She's like, ooh, that cybernetic arm really turns me on. All right. Security bot is definitely outside the door still. The medical team seems to be patching these guys up. They've got them sitting up against the thing. They've got basically transdermal drugs that are being transferred. You've seen it's similar kinds of things that Dr. Wagner would normally do in a first aid situation. They're patching them up. The lady at one point says, these people need to be taken to a medical facility. They have one has a bullet wound. The other has 2 laser wounds. All right. Did you just shoot somebody else?
No, sorry. I did. I was telling you what I was doing, and then but you couldn't hear me because you were talking. So I finished.
What were you doing?
Well, I was opening the door and I was punching the robot.
Okay. So this obviously the boxcars doesn't count. You got to re-roll that. No, actually it will count. All right. So the door opens up. And Weber...
punching with the intent of stunning him and trying to short him out.
So you're essentially punching him like you described before with your stun stick.
Right.
All right. Boxcars, you hit him. Burying the stun stick into the creature's thing. Now you know that this thing is pretty well armored, so you're not sure what's going to happen.
That's why I'm not shooting. That's why I'm doing this instead.
All right, go ahead and do damage, like regular, like whack damage.
2d6.
Just 2d6 for the stun stick.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
So 6 points of damage. And since you got boxcars, I'm waving armor at this point because you just jabbed it right in a crevice. Now at this point, I have to do a bot check. So that's to see if it's stunned. It's endurance. The third one is B. What?
He looks over at him and says, "What the hell?
What the hell, man? What the hell, man?" All right, so it's got B, so that is 11. That's +3. The likelihood is less unless he rolls very poorly. Well, I mean that makes sense. It's a bot. It's probably shielded in a lot of ways. Yeah, he made it. He's not stunned. You do see electricity pulsing around. That's barely. Yeah, I know. You do see electricity pulsing around the armor plating, but you don't think that you got to anything vital. You see its limbs go, and you recognize. Give me a quick intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
All right. You recognize at least one of them is a small laser, similar to the one you have in your arm. The other one gives you even more pause because you recognize it as a webcaster. Basically, it shoots out a small concentrated packet about the size of a really fat 12-gauge shotgun shell filled with a wire mesh net that expands in almost instantly, and
like the Predator's net that like slowly cuts through your face.
Well, no, it doesn't. It's not going to cut through anybody, but it's definitely difficult to get out of once it wraps around you, because it does wrap around you, and it's electrostatically charged, which means the edges are going to once they wrap, the edges are going to connect to each other and be difficult to remove. So that, frankly, that gives you more pause because it will essentially lock you in place.
Since I didn't have to move, can I now move?
Sure.
What about a bull rush?
So you're going to rush in on it? Sure.
I figure that's the safest way to avoid that web.
Potentially, yeah. All right. So you're going to bull rush the security bot?
Yes.
Awesome.
And
all right.
What's behind them? It's just a glass wall, right?
Not a glass wall, just a regular wall.
Oh, because it looks like I can see through it. Sorry.
Oh, you can see through it because there's light in the other room.
Okay, got it.
It's a wall though. All right, so here's what we're gonna do for this. We're gonna we're gonna do an opposed strength check. It has a strength also of B, which is +3. So you're gonna roll your strength roll. I'm gonna roll my strength.
My arm's strength or my strength.
You're going to use your arm, right? So you're basically following up on the strike. So you can use your arm strength.
Okay.
And we're going to decide based on the comparison of those two rolls what happens. Here's mine.
Sorry, I got to look up the.
All right, I rolled a 9.
All right, I got to look up the arm. I apologize. I don't know what strength. I know it's. I also have a B. That's my physical strength.
Okay.
I know the arm was higher.
Really? Okay.
Thinking you have the Glabrezu arm. Like, wrong character. It'd fit right in here, though. Dr. Wagner, I'm happy to sew that on for you.
Is that personal augmentation? Is that where that's at, you think?
Probably.
That's what I tell the ladies.
Hello, baby.
Left on the shared screen, down to the bottom so I can see the latest rolls.
Oh, I don't have the rolls in the screen. But I can bring that back.
Yeah, why don't you have them on the screen?
Okay.
The last roll you rolled.
How about now?
Okay, yeah, it's a strength 15.
You have to move the turn order off it there, Les. If you can move the turn order off it, then he can see everything. There you go.
There we go.
Right on top of our faces. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So 15 would be +7.
All right, roll it.
Oh!
Bad roll.
10. All right. You still beat him, but just by 1. So yeah, okay. So you come running forth. Basically, all right. So this is what happens. You open the door and jam the stun stick into the guy. You set it off. You do a little bit of damage, but it doesn't stun him and it doesn't disrupt any of his electronics. You see this happen, and then you're just like, and you push forward with your arm and then follow it through so that the security bot is up against this wall, and you are next to it in the hallway with your stun stick jammed in it, and you're pushing on it. At that point, you start to feel the security bot engines kind of like, and it's struggling against you, and you're just like, and pushing it forward. But that's where you are right now.
Okie doke. Neural lace to Weber is this is your door out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Dr. Wagner.
So I'm using neural lace to check in with my compatriots and get an idea of where I need to be and what I need to do.
Well, you just hear an order that from Captain Black that says, Weber, it's time. This is your way out. We're leaving.
Yeah.
But you would have known a lot of what was going on through neural lace. So you know we've been kidnapped, but then we reversed the kidnapping, and now we're trying to escape.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Doyle is going along with the whole mental patient ruse. He's doing a pretty good job of it too.
He seems to be enjoing it.
Yeah.
We were trying this new thing I call.
He's really embraced the role.
Helsinki syndrome, space Helsinki.
So while I'm standing next to him, how does his health look? Do I need to give him some serious treatments?
Well, he's wounded, but it's the same wounds. He's not newly wounded. It's the same wounds that he's been lugging around for a while. He left the ship before you had a chance to really give him any assistance. Yeah. The security bot is behind you asking, Doctor, how may I assist you? The guy behind you has sort of lowered his gun. You can see over the shoulder, this TILA security guy has lowered his gun as well. They're not pointing at you. You've got them convinced that this is some sort of big misunderstanding.
Gotcha. Well, everyone, bot, if you could fetch me some Clonazepam from your stores, that'd be great. Meanwhile, I have a rented exam room up on the next floor. I'd like to take my patient up there, put him on the exam couch, and let him finish telling me about his relationship with his mother.
Oh, God.
So are you saying that it's an exam room in this building?
Well, it's sort of an exam room.
Is it just the men's bathroom? Be honest.
Well, yes.
All right. So Ms. Popov seems a little confused because this is the office space for the TILA Legal Authority, they don't have any exam rooms. Certainly none that they rent out. So she's a little confused. But the security bot says, yes, we have clozapam. I will retrieve some, and begins moving back up the stairs. I will retrieve some from the medical dispensary. So what is Helsinki syndrome?
It's actually there is a Helsinki syndrome.
I'm very trepidatious about.
You don't know what
it's the exact opposite of Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's where they turn against the captive.
Yeah, I don't want Helsinki syndrome.
All right, and then I just tell Coffin, come on, let's follow this bot.
Oh, all right.
So we're going to follow the bot to the med center.
All right, so you basically put your hand on Coffin's. You grab Coffin by his remaining arm and say, "Come with me, Mr. Doyle. We'll get you all fixed up. They've got some clonazepam and some diazepam. We're gonna get you a lot of both.
All the Pams.
Yeah, all the Pams. We're gonna get those mood elevators get in you real quick. Don't you worry.
Is this?
So yeah, we need to get up to that other level without any problems. So we're just gonna follow. I just pat him on his remaining arm and say, "Come on, I think I know what I'm doing."
Okay. All right. So you move. Basically, just sort of like get directly behind the security bot and just begin moving up the stairs.
Correct.
All right. This guy. All right. So Miss Popov is very confused about what is her intelligence. Let's just do a quick intelligence roll real quick. 10. So she is looking at you guys with both confusion and suspicion, but she doesn't do anything specific. She doesn't do anything to stop you. The TILA security guy actually moves back up here and begins coming around this way to join and escort you. And this guy, that's not really his turn, but well, he'll do it in the time. So as you guys begin moving up the stairs behind the security bot, the TILA security guy goes back up the stairs and he's moving eastward to sort of join with you guys when you get up the stairs and sort of help escort you to what's going on. Weber. Captain Black has a security bot pinned against the wall with a stun stick. Bria has told you everything. Keith Smitchy is still stunned. The medical people are still working on things, although they've made some crabby noises about needing the assistance of a hospital because you guys shot them. What do you do?
I was like, Bria, it's your chance. Run for it. Trying to add to the confusion here. And then I'm going to make my break for it.
All right, so you're going to run.
Yeah, I'm running, and if I can, as I run past the captain here, how far can I run?
You can move 6, so 12 squares.
Can I get past the captain and the bot?
Sure.
Space, yeah.
Yeah, you could slip past the cap, slip behind the captain.
Are you still got your arms with this security bot?
Yep.
All right. Somewhere in this hallway, I probably should ditch all these submachine guns I have, but maybe I want to see what's inside the door.
So you're just running through I forgot about this. So she got like an arm load. You're just like,
yeah.
out of the way! I've got a lot of guns.
One in each hand. I got the other guns in all my various marsupial pouches that I carry at all times.
Well, so as you do, this guy here, so you can see this guy here. He's standing sort of next to the open door, and he's like, "Stop!"
Oh, this door is open. That's what I was going to.
Yeah, it's open.
Then I will not run towards an open door. Probably. Well, no, I would have run towards the open door. I'm like, I'll run towards the open door. Like, get out of here! They've gone crazy.
All right. Okay. He's like, still got his submachine gun trained on you, but he doesn't fire yet. So so I guess that's one way. I mean, you see a guy that you've just been shooting at a few minutes ago come running out of a room with an armload of submachine guns and pistols, yelling, "They've gone crazy! They've gone crazy!" Yeah, that might be disconcerting. All right, that's Weber. This guy turns around and he's like, "Fuck these mental patients." He's headed back over this way, so he's not. He turns around and he's looking over there. Here's Weber and is like, "What?" Coffin. You are next to Wagner. The guy is still behind you. The security guy has gone back up because there seems to be some sort of commotion, kerfuffle over upstairs, but the bot is saying, follow me, I will take you to the med bay.
You know what, for now I'm gonna play it cool and just walk along with Dr. Wagner.
Okay, all right, so you follow along and
I like
keep
that
walking.
nobody bothered to try to disarm you. You're like armed to the friggin' teeth. You said,
well, he's got it under his jacket, and nobody's really said anything. So
nobody really wants to find out what's under a one-armed man's jacket that he's playing with. I know.
The security bot moves into the area, and this guy yells out, "Bot, we have a problem. The hostages are the hostage takers are coming out." And so the bot, instead of following you guys, begins to move this way. Captain Black, you've got this guy pinned. Weber's behind you going, they've gone crazy in there. We've got to get out. And you're like, what the hell's going on with him? But he's clanking away because he's got an armload of machine guns.
Okay, so a question for you. The
Sure.
arm with the stun stick is also the one with the laser.
Okay.
Am I in a situation where I'd be able to use that and shoot into the robot?
Yes.
Okay. Or I could try the stun stick again.
Or that, yes.
Do I believe that if I tried to shoot the laser, I'd be getting past his armor now that my arm is jammed into him?
No, probably not. The angle on the laser when it comes out is different than that of the stun stick. I mean, you could try and aim it, but it would probably mean removing the stun stick, which I don't know if you want to do, because then it would free up.
And I don't need to roll the hit with the stun stick again. I can just roll the damage on it because it's jammed into him.
Right.
Okay, so I'll start there then. And just see if I can stun him, but at least do the damage to him again.
Okay, so you're jamming the stun stick farther in there. You have hit. So you could hear the crunch of armor.
Oh, that was for the damage.
Oh, that's for the damage. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fair. All right, you hear the crunch of internal workings and pieces of armor as it is slowly jammed in there. He gets to roll to avoid the stunnagen. Made it.
Oh, you made it
Again by one. Yeah, you just seem to be just missing those internal things.
Okay, and then I'm going to then attempt to push him down this hallway towards that TILA guard. Basically.
Oh, like over here? You're going to try and push him through there?
Yep. With him in front of him, between me and the TILA guard.
All right. Opposed strength check.
All right.
Because his gravity. Oh, geez. Oh, all right. You can push him half your movement rate.
So 3 squares.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. Sorry, buddy. I'm encroaching on your territory, but we can do that. And then
you're moving like there.
There you go.
All right. So you're pushing Weber out of the way. Get out of the way, idiot.
I'm using him as a non-human shield.
Okay, perfect. This guy looks increasingly disconcerted, and he levels that gun at Black. Well, at best he can. This guy slips in behind you guys, and you can see that he's got his gun back up.
Hey, let's have
like,
quick.
Huh?
I have a question.
Sure.
Is Tom Bowman sleeping? Oh, okay.
No.
He's just taking it in. He's just taking it all in. Yeah, there's a lot to take in our madcap.
A lot to take in with what's going on right now.
Yeah, he's just continually fried by the how things are.
You're using a security bot as a hostage, a body and a human shield, or a non-human
shield. Yes, it's a non-human shield.
Okay, Coffin, I'm going to move your alignment in there with Wagner's. I'm going to move you to 7.9 so that you are in there so that you can follow along, because you said you declared that that's what you want to do. This guy comes around. He still has the submachine gun in his hand, but he's like, come on, the security bot needs to work, but I'll come with you. So he's like trying to be helpful now. Dr. Wagner, it's your turn.
That's excellent. Glad you can help us. And then I just continue up the stairs at a very quick pace, because we have a pretty good idea of where our friends are.
Okay.
Or should I say coworkers? I don't know that I like all of them. So we just kind of move up there as quickly as we can.
All right, you can move 6 squares per movement action.
Okay.
And you get 2 movement actions. You get 2 actions around. So you can move up to 12 squares.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I will
move to there.
No, if I got more squares, I will head towards my crew and I'll go here.
Okay. So this security guy says, "Doctor, no, don't get in the way. We've got a situation here." And he marvels at the fact that he completely forgot about that while it was going on and just came down here to check out this whole mental patient thing. But now he's back in combat mode, and these two are headed that way. He's like, "Doctor, don't go any closer. There's a problem." That kind of stuff. Coffin, can I assume that you are going with Wagner?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to give you, well, now wait a second. Before you go that far, I want to give you the opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get to here with 6 squares.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this gives you a remaining action that you can do with whatever you want.
God.
He said,
"Don't listen to that devil whispering in your ear, Doyle. Don't do it. You've got a clear line of sight to the back of his head. What are you going to do?"
You could do with this whatever you want. He said innocently.
Do I see him?
Sure. And you see the TILA security guy in front of him, and he's the guy who's talking to Wagner. He's like, Doctor, don't go any closer. We have a hostage situation that I forgot about earlier, but now I'm back in it.
I suddenly remembered.
Right.
I suddenly remembered.
Okay. Boy. I'm gonna stand down.
Okay, so you're gonna move just up next to Wagner?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I got them. Hi. Right. Doctor, where?
Sir, you must stand back. Stand back. This is a dangerous situation.
Okay, we're standing back.
You haven't standed back at all. You move forward.
What's going on?
All right, so this guy is going to, after he tells you guys to stand back, and obviously that doesn't happen, he yells at the bot, "Get in there!" And then runs forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And he posts up right here next to the view screen. Actually, that's dumb because if he shot, then he would shoot his friend. So he's going to post up here. And he's got his machine gun pointed there. And he's like, "You move back!" And so this guy moves over to here to get a better angle on it as Captain Black pushes the security bot forward. These guys don't do anything. These guys don't do anything. That's all the security guys. All right, so that's it. Weber Jix.
All right. So there is, what's this thing right here? Isn't this another office? Or sorry, looking at the wrong screen here. Directly behind me. Is that another door?
That's an outside door.
I like that door. Tell me more about that door.
Well, it's a double doors. You can see it's a security door. It looks like it's typically used as either a private entrance for Mr. Smitchy or a delivery entrance for trusted and noteworthy deliveries, that kind of stuff. But there is it looks like a double door. There's a control panel on the northern wall next to it, probably keyed in some way. But you can see what looks to be an alleyway outside of the legal authority building in that direction that it leads outward.
I think by now, Smitchy and I are close enough. He wouldn't mind if I use his door, and I happen to have 2 passkeys in my hand right here, so I'm going to use them on the panel if needed, because that always works in the movies.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to machine gun the panel if it doesn't open for me if it's locked down.
Okay.
Yeah, so I prefer to machine gun it after we go through it, so nobody can get through after us. But I'm going to attempt to open that door.
All right, so you go over there. It is a security terminal. and you can see flashing on it. Please enter code for exit or entry.
I wish I had gotten this earlier.
You gonna go? You gonna go over there?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I'll move you down a little bit.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I was a little slow on the draw there.
All right. Do you have any computer skill?
I believe I do. Let's just see. I believe that's really Don's area of it.
Yep.
Like I said, I have 0 computer skill.
0. Do you have any appropriate?
I have forgery. I
Nope.
have streetwise. I have carousing. I have liaison.
Carousing. That'll get you through there. No,
All
I'm
right.
kidding.
How about streetwise?
Streetwise is not going to be helpful. This is an electronic lock. I mean, you could try it to get through there, but the likelihood is.
I'm a neural net, neural laced Captain Black. Don't you have computer skill?
I imagine Captain Black is like, busy.
Busy, a little busy.
All right.
I have engineering and electronics.
Well, electronics would probably work, but in this case, Les, I've been around these doors my entire life. Probably, I would know at least the basic function of them. If I
Sure.
just
But
Swiss
now-
cheese,
Well, yeah, you either
Panel.
put in an alphanumeric code, or sometimes it is a biocode where you basically either hold a hand or a thumbprint or a retinal scan against it, and it will open the doors.
A rectal scan.
If that
Retinal.
helps you.
yeah, rectal scan for Dr. Wagner.
For your rectal scan. There's more than one door open and getting tonight. Okay. Yeah, but it's
Stargate.
usually how it does. Like Stargate.
And would I know if I just Swiss cheese the panel? It most likely will not open the door.
Probably not.
All right. So my only option here is either guess a random code or run back, grab Smitchy, defeat the 5 people in the room, and then run back here with a protecting Smitchy.
Well, Smitchy's still stunned.
Yeah.
And drooling.
Yeah, he's not in no condition to put up any sort of a fight.
All right. I will run down to, as long as you let me hear, like, Miss Dubois, code for the door, please. I have 2 machine guns in my hand.
It's 7B6492QQ3.
You are the best, and I'll tell the captain who said this. I said so. All right.
It's password only. You take the A and you replace it with a 4.
Yeah. Smitchy rules with a Z. Ugh.
All right. So she gives you the code and you go back over there.
Yep.
All right. You don't have time this round to open it, but
Nope,
you start punching in the code. Round 8. Security bots. All right, let's do a couple of things. One, this security bot is going to support these guys, and it has 2 lasers and 2 webcasters out. Fully armed and operational security bot. The second security bot is going to try and push back against you, Captain, and it's going to try. And if it succeeds, it's going to try and shoot you with a webcaster. So let's do another contested strength roll and see what happens, because if it beats you here, it's going to try and shoot you with a webcaster.
Ooh.
So here's mine. Ooh. Ah, no. All right, so it did get you. So try to, but nothing. Smitchy, let's see if he is somehow able to get his ass off of this thing. Finally, he is breaking through. You see him. So I mean,
he's zip tied.
Yeah, and that's how much damage you did with the stun.
Oh, okay, got it.
So he's back. So he's recovered. At which point, Bria, you guys don't see this, but this happens. She runs around here past the medical tech, helps him to his feet, and kicks him as hard in the nuts as you have seen anyone kick.
Yes.
And he goes right back unconscious again.
He falls right back down, stunned again.
Captain Black. This movie. I just like to see the visual of Weber running down the hall with 2 machine guns. Hey, what's the code?
What's
Great.
the code?
You're the best, girl. You're the best.
Thanks, Bria.
And then she just wham right to the goodies with this guy.
So if you've got a submachine gun at each can, how are you keying in the code?
Well, I'll put one in my teeth. Yeah, you know.
Never mind. I don't want to know. He rang the doorbell. All right, so you, Captain Black, it's your turn.
Okay, so again, I don't have to roll to hit him with the stun gun because it's already in him.
Correct.
I can just roll for damage. Okay.
Correct.
So we're rolling for damage. Ugh, crap. That's not gonna.
Okay.
I just don't roll well when it's time to roll on the stun damage.
No, you don't. And let's see if he can beat that. Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, of course.
You feel like you're getting farther and farther away from his internal electronics.
Look for the off switch.
He's taking some damage though, so I'm not too upset.
Yep. So you're holding back. He's trying to get those lasers and that webcaster in line. He may be able to do it. Frankly, next round, if he gets within one of your strength of an opposed strength roll, he's going to be able to bring that fire to bear. This dickhead still doesn't have any kind of idea what's going on.
Wait,
So
hold on. I'm still going to try to move him.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, go ahead.
So the post strength check, but this time, because I know what Weber's trying to do, so I'm going to back up towards him.
All right. Oh, if you back up, are you trying to drag him with you?
Yeah.
So you reach out with your other hand and be like, that kind of thing. All right, let's try it. Ooh, he beat you.
Okay,
so not.
I can't move him.
You can't move him. In fact, the stun stick is now detached. And you see those two, the laser and the webcaster just are like, and they are pointed directly at you, and he's going to fire at you next round. Unless, well, there's nothing you can do. So he's definitely going to fire. I mean, you blew the strength. I mean, there's nothing you can do for the rest of this round.
I can't move or anything. Yeah, I'm done.
No, yeah, you're done. Dr. Wagner, you see some shit going on over here. Everybody's telling you to get back. The guy, the sort of irregular with the guy behind you, he's sort of slung his SMG, and he's like, gentlemen, please, it's this way. You guys need to
fighting in the
come
war
out of the
room.
way. Yeah, no fighting in the war room. Gentlemen, please, you need to come away from there. Just like the security men said.
So I turn to Coffin Doyle and go, "You're the security chief. I'm going to follow you."
I just want to see the visual of Doyle just flinging off the overcoat.
Well, and actually, I mean, I tell him what I know from the neural lace, what's going on, where it is.
He doesn't have neural lace.
No, I know. That's why I'm telling him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So Dr. Wagner's monitoring the lace, and he's physically telling Doyle what's happening.
Got it.
But this guy's like, "Sir, doctor, what are you talking about?" He kind of steps over to here. Well, no, he doesn't. This is as far as he can go. But he's kind of like, "Sir, what are you talking about? Is everything all right?" All right, TILA Security. All right, what are they gonna do? So these guys are still down for the count. These guys are.
All I did was talk to Doyle. How did I lose a turn? How did he lose a turn?
Oh, that's true. I skipped over all that, didn't I? Okay, keep going.
I fill him in. I tell him exactly what's going on about the other room. I said, "You're the security chief, so I'm going to trade initiative with him and go, I'm going to follow you."
Ooh, okay. Doyle, you just heard what's going on. Okay. They're trying to escape out of that way. Captain Black is fighting with a robot. The security guys are about to open fire. What do you do? Turn? It is.
All right.
And Dr. Wagner, you'll have a turn after him. You basically castle.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It looks like it's all about to hit the fan.
Perfectly according to plan. What are you talking about?
Oh boy. I am I'm really confused. Brother, are you a merc?
What, you talking to this guy here?
Yeah.
Private security. He's looking at you kind of funny. He still has his gun in his hand, but it's pointed downward. He's like, private security. Why?
Just curious. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, so he turns around, trench coat comes open, one hand comes up with an enormous laser machine gun. Mm-hmm. Go for it, dude.
All right. All right, fine. All right. So Laser machine gun. Let me check my notes here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what to roll, and
take your time.
I think it's 46. No.
Oh, 2d6 to hit, but you have four shots if you want to use all of them on this guy.
I do.
Okay.
Nice. I'm gonna fry him, but I'm sorry. I'm checking my. I have.
All right, go ahead.
Done this in a minute, so let me just check here. I have combat +3.
That'll do.
So 2d6 +3.
For each shot, you get 4 shots.
All right. So here's my first shot on him. 2d6 +3. Let's see. Hang on a minute, and I roll that.
That's a hit.
It's a hit. Really. That's a hit. Okay.
Yep.
So
why are you so surprised?
Yeah.
How much damage?
I believe 5d6.
Wow.
Let me just check here. I'm sorry. I'm totally not prepared to shoot a man. 5 +3.
Security person.
I'm sorry. I got a laser light machine gun, 4 shots per round, 5d6 +3 per shot, magazine, 100 shots.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So 5d6 +3.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right.
Now you get 3 more shots if you want to roll all your hits first and then total up the damage.
Well, here's 19.
19. Okay. You hear him say.
And so I will shoot him again.
Okay.
2d6 +3. A
That's
9
a hit.
again. Okay, yes, sir. 5d6. No, I'm sorry. 4 or 5. I'm sorry.
D6 +3.
5 +3. Yes, sir. And 23.
Yeah, he gets blown backwards from the first 2 shots and slides in a big smear of blood across the way.
That's fine. Good. Can I shoot him?
You whirl and shoot him?
Yes,
sure.
Great. So 2d6 +3, 12.
12's a hit.
Yes, sir. And I do 23.
Oh, he goes down too.
Great.
He was already injured.
Okay. Can I hit him?
Sure. There's a bot in the way, so he'll get some cover.
Then
the security bot is in the way.
Then I'll shoot the bot.
Okay.
10.
That's a hit too.
All right. 20.
20 points. Okay. You do sorry, hold on a second. You do feel like the bot's armor is ablating those laser beams somewhat and dispersing that damage, so you don't feel like the damage is as much as it could have been. But there's still a fair amount got into it.
All right. 2 down, 2 to go.
Dr. Wagner. Doyle has just killed 2 people and shot a bot.
I scream at the bot. Where's the fucking clonazepam?
All right.
I guess at this point, I'm gonna have to shoot my ray gun at the bot because
ooh, okay.
Doyle's opened a can of worms.
My job.
Yeah, and you do it well. So just roll 2d6.
Yeah. So do you have any combat skills? Any pluses? Any gun skills?
Yeah, but it's carbine.
That's okay. It would apply. I mean, the gun that you have is a smaller gun. The cryo gun. You're using the cryo gun, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Well, then let me add that in, and 9.
9 is a hit.
Nice.
As a stream of cryogenically chilled liquid squirts out and hits the security bot.
Nice.
You were aiming at the bot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's a hit. So in this case, 4d6 damage.
Okay.
And then I have to make a strength check. 12 points of damage. And here's my strength check. I have to make a 8+ strength check, or else be held in place as the cryogenic liquid gets into the joints of the bot and freezes it. So here's my strength check. Son of a bitch. You just froze my bot.
You saved my
God dang it, Dr. Wagner. You're supposed to be patching people up, not shooting my bots.
Hey.
Wow, 5 rounds. He's frozen in place for 5 rounds.
Nice.
All right.
That's one.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. I applaud.
All right. 5 rounds. He's frozen. All right. Anything else, Wagner?
Can I still move?
You can still move.
Okay. Well, can Doyle move, or did he exhaust everything?
No, he fired. He's just whirling around firing laser beams. In fact, you were a little nervous because he shot right across your beam there, just like a mental patient would.
I guess I will stay next to Sir Coffin.
Okay, sounds good. Wanata Popov, TILA, calls the cops. The other cops, the real cops, the Cymbeline. So the squirt goes out. You can hear Wagner. You and Dr. Dr. Wagner and Doyle. You can hear Wanata Popov calling Cymbeline Station constabulary for assistance. She's sending out an official assistance thing. ETA, no idea, but probably quick when she's saying, this is basically somebody shooting up a federal courthouse. All right, TILA security. Okay, this guy has stabilized his friend, and he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he is going to say, "Hey there!" and he's going to fire submachine gun at Jet Black. So his submachine gun skill is 2. So he gets 3 shots. So 3 shots at Captain Black. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2 misses and a hit. That sucked. Let's see. What does a submachine gun do? 1 second. I think it's 3d6, but it might be 2d6.
Very funny, Tom.
What did he say?
Left
Let the safety out. Damn it! Not again. SMG 3D. All right, so 3d6 damage as a bullet slams into your side. Ooh, 14 points of damage. That is gonna hurt.
Ow.
This guy screams and is like, "They're murderers! Murderers out here!" And he's gonna slip over here and shoot at Doyle with his submachine gun. So he's gonna do that. He also has +2. So 3 shots. 1. Ooh, hit. 2. Ooh. Oh shit. 3 hits.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you're already wounded.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
This could be trouble.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at a TPK, but at least Don can be here to watch it happen.
All right, 29 points. Wagner, how many hit points? Yeah, you go down in a flurry of bullets.
15. I'm done.
You're done.
Oh well.
Well, I've got meat glue.
Nice run.
All right. Wow, he goes down.
Oh man.
Weber Jix. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh man. Oh man. Ah, damn. I tried real hard.
I'll tell you what, he was a hell of a security chief.
Yes, he was.
No one could question that Coffin Doyle was a hell of a security chief. The laser machine gun clanks to the ground as Wagner falls back, or I'm sorry, as Doyle falls back with fresh bullet. With Wagner, you doctor, you look over and you're like, I'm not sure that there's anything I can do for this man. Weber, you're up.
Yeah. All right, I'm punching the code and yelling to the black, let's go, yelling to Captain Black, let's go. Is there any chance? I don't think I can do two things at once. I'm punching the code, but I can't also shoot the bot at the same time without, can I?
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. It's just a code. I guess you can, well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can punch the code and shoot, but that will be it. So you will use your move as to punch the code.
All right, I think I need to get a little breathing room for Captain, so I'm going to do that.
All right, so you're going to shoot the bot.
Yeah, shoot
all right.
The bot. Schießen Botte.
Schießen the Botte. All right, shoot the bot. Go ahead. Roll. So you're going to use both hands?
Yeah, we use both hands.
You're going to do a Chuck Norris and Invasion USA? I like it. All right, so here's the problem. Dual wielding is not a thing here. You're certainly not a dual wielder. So in this case, you will have -2 on both guns.
Well,
but they're submachine guns,
gun, right? If I'm punching a code, or are you going to let me use both?
Yeah. He's only going to shoot one gun.
Yeah.
I thought you said you weren't going to punch the code.
Oh, I thought you said I could punch the code and shoot, but that's all I could do.
But that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought you mentioned, well, I'm just going to shoot twice instead.
No, I'm going to punch.
Okay, you're going to do that. Okay.
And shoot the guy. So what? I do not have any specialty in submachine guns. So.
All right. So you wouldn't, but you don't get any benefits. It's just +0.
Is it plus? Is it 3 or 46 on a submachine gun? I don't know.
It's 3d6 damage. It's 2d6 +0 to hit. You get 3 shots though.
Okay, 2d6 +0 to hit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Miss. Hit. Miss. 1 hit, 3d6.
No pluses on the 3d6. Okay.
10 points. All right. So, I mean, you hit him with a bullet. You're not sure how much damage you did. It wasn't a lot. It seemed to spang off of him. Those other 2 bullets went out into the wall, out in the hall. Captain, you're just like, holy shit, he's firing at me.
I'm surrounded.
All right. Hold on a second. It's skipping things again. All right, we're going into round 9. It's 2 minutes to 11, 2 minutes to midnight on the East Coast. Do you guys want to stop here and rejoin this battle next time?
I think so.
Or do you want to do one more round? Because one more round may turn it here.
All right.
Or end it so badly we don't need to get back together again.
That's true.
I like your optimism, Captain Black.
All right.
I can go one more round.
Okay, so you punch in the code and this door slides open, leading to a small parapet and the outside out here. So at least one person will survive. All right, security bot. This guy is now down to 1. He's frozen for another 4 rounds. This security bot, opposed strength check. Oh, well, he's going to do an opposed strength check to try. Well, he's already detached it. So he's going to.
I'm still right against him, but that's it.
Yeah, he's going to do an opposed strength check to push you away.
Okay.
So let's see how that works. Here's mine.
Push you towards the door.
Ooh, that's going to be tough to beat. 19. Oh, you got back. So you slam him back against the wall. and keep
Black
him
swept the leg on a security bot.
and keep him. So did you see what Don said? He's taking the ship and he's going to retire to leisure.
I don't blame you, Don.
He shared that with us.
It's in the chat. All right, so
I don't believe it is there, Don.
All right, so he's going to try and shoot you with the webcaster, but because of the opposed strength deck, he's going to be at -2 on that shot. Here we go. So if he, I feel terrible about Doyle. Missed. The webcaster goes off and spangs off of the wall and drops in a wad down on the floor.
Yikes.
All right, those are my bots. Smitchy, let's do a quick endurance check on him, see what he can do.
He's not having any children, that's for sure.
He just got pretty snargled, so let's just go ahead and roll that. Yeah, he at this point his testicle damage is such that he is thrown up in the other chair. And you can hear, Captain, you can hear from inside one of the med techs going, "We'll be with you in a minute."
Can you move the turn order thing off the things less so we can I can read it over here. Never mind. I got to read the coffin is leaving us a fourth chapter end story here.
Oh
no, we'll read that. That will go out of the next. His current position is security chief aboard the Gin and Tonic. He is loyal to his mates. He does his job. A thoughtful, educated, lonely, lost man. A complex man trying to be simple. He's got a lot of regrets, a lot to make up for, and he knows he's not getting any younger. Still, the stars beckon.
We asked the neighbors, and he was a quiet young man. He just kept to himself.
Yeah, quiet guy, kept to himself. Do you think he murdered all those people? Oh, yes, that's all he ever talked about.
Absolutely.
All right, Captain Black. Oh, Captain Black, you avoided the thing. The webcaster, what do you do?
Wow. All right. So we got a situation now, don't we?
Yep.
Is Dr. Wagner communicating at all via Neuronet as to what his plans are?
He hasn't yet. Wagner, what are your plans?
I was following Doyle.
Well, how about now?
Now? I've got some meat glue in my medical bag. I'm going to try to put Doyle back.
I was wondering why you were testing that gross link. Can't you just take a little bit off and we can get him cloned somewhere?
That is illegal.
He'd be Doyle too. I'm here to avenge my father.
He'll be like little Colin Robinson on What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to pick up any samples because he's sprayed with it.
It's all, yeah, Wagner's covered with a all right. So Dr. Wagner, do you have any in response to Captain Black's entreaties? Do you have any specific things that you're wanting to do other than maybe glue Wagner back together or Doyle back together?
Humpty Dumpty.
Yep. He looks pretty dead though.
So I guess there's nothing I can do right now.
Not
I would
Doyle,
neural
probably.
net you and like, let's book.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Can you hear us? Dan, can you hear us?
He's gone deaf.
That's what he's saying. He's completely. We can see you. Say something. Well, he doesn't hear us. But it's not going to. Yeah, that's not going to make any sense. All right. So,
I think you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. And I think I got it back again. Okay, sorry about that. I missed all of that though.
I forgot what we were. Asking Wagner what his plan is. Weber Jix is yelling out, "We are leaving!"
Marines, we are leaving.
Wagner has come back and said, well, I hope to, basically the short version is I'd hope to help Doyle, but he looks pretty dead. Doyle's gone. Doyle's gone.
All right, just get out.
I get his stateroom.
Don't we have one of his arms left on the ship? We can. We burned that arm, didn't we?
Well, the cybernetic arm that you guys bought, you were going to install it along with the neural lace that you were going to install. That's just sitting on the ship waiting for a security chief that will never come.
Maybe Captain Black can get a third arm. He already got a machine gun arm, so maybe he can get
About it. Right in the back of his head, like Voldemort in the first movie.
Yeah.
All right, Captain Black, what are you doing?
All right, so I can move to this square here. That's a 6 move, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you find yourself standing on a small area that to step off. It's about a foot step down, about a foot step down into what looks to be an alleyway.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take a shot at the security bot.
Okay, laser shot.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see it. Bring the heat. The laser heat. That's a hit.
And this one is 3d6 plus 3.
Okay. 13. Again, you see your laser shot sort of bounces off the armor a little bit. I mean, you do damage to it, but it's a blade of armor in certain cases, and it's dispersing the damage. So it's not quite as much as 13, but there's some DR. Essentially.
Okie doke. That's my turn.
That is your turn. That guy is dead. He doesn't get to go anymore because Doyle shot him. Doyle's dead. He doesn't get to go anymore. So we'll take him out. Dr. Wagner.
I'm going to use neural lace, check in with Captain Black and the rest of the team and find out if there's any position I need to take.
GTFO.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Just get out as fast as you can, whichever way you can.
Don't forget to get your day pass punched for parking. We need that validation.
Okay.
Get out of here. Check in with the front desk for validation.
Well, then I am going to make a beeline for the door.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Which door are you headed
towards?
towards?
Out the front door.
You go back out the front door?
Do I see another door?
Well, you hear a lot of gunfire.
You know that Weber and Captain Black are heading out of this side door, but it would require you to go past the TILA security guy that just shot Doyle.
There's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty good shot.
So yeah, I'm gonna head out back through the front door. 6. Whoops.
Okay.
One more. Swear to go.
Okay. That's 2 movement actions?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're heading from the door.
Yeah.
In something that seems completely out of character, you see Miss Popoff stand up, and she has a submachine gun.
Really?
She fires it at you.
I knew it. I knew it.
Bitch.
3
what
shots.
Are you doing?
Now you have cover, so that's a -1, which is going to make it even up. So 1, 2, son of a bitch. 2 hits.
2 hits.
Physician, heal thyself.
18 points of damage.
Ow.
How does she get 2 hits?
She gets 3 shots, and she missed 1.
Okay.
Does Dr. Wagner have any armor on?
Yeah, I think he does actually. You have armor, right, Dr. Wagner?
I think so.
I think it was that same Diplo armor that you have. So that would be -6 because of the 2 individual bullets would hit the armor. So 12 points of damage. How many hit points do you have?
I'm 18. I'm not feeling so good right now.
You just took a couple of bullets.
Just plug the holes of those tiger penises and you'll be fine.
Finally, you're going to get to use those. TILA Security. You see this guy. Oh, shit. What's he going to do? He's going to
celebrate a small victory because we'll be back for him.
He is going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to fire at Dr. Wagner from the rear.
Jesus. Pretty long shot down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, and it's not a flight of stairs, so he's not going to get too much bonus there. Damn.
Miss or a hit?
One hit. 8 minus 3 is 5 points. Another bullet slams into your back. Oh, you were down to 1. You're down to 1 hit point, Dr. Wagner.
Oh boy.
Jix.
Wow.
I am getting the fuck out of Dodge and leaving through the door. And true to my word, as I plug out of sight, I machine gun the panel, hoping, because always in the movies that nobody can get past any panels once they've been machined.
All right,
And they
roll.
automatically close.
Roll to hit it.
All right.
Wow.
So earlier you were shooting a panel to open the door automatically. Now you're
yeah. I changed my mind on shooting panel. So 3d6, is that what it is? Here we go.
2D.
And how many
3 shots.
Okay.
Oh, you hit the panel once. Go ahead and roll 3d6. 8 points. The panel explodes. Thing. Give me 50-50. Roll 1d6 high, and you call high low. I'm gonna give you the option. High. All right, roll it.
Feel high. Oh Jesus!
Nope. Doors stay open.
Jesus.
All right, and you exit out into the alley. That is the end of that round. It's 11. It's 11. It's 11-11.
Yep.
We'll stop here, and we will start at the end of this next time. Sound good?
I hope Dr. Wagner wakes up from a cold sweat in his bed, like realizes all a terrible nightmare.
Well, of all the people,
we got to pull a Dallas now.
Well, the reality is Dr. Wagner can take cover and give himself medical treatment. So he's down low and it's close. So that security guard is still coming. And
I did not expect a submachine gun from the receptionist.
Yeah. But it's everything's up in the air, and the loss of Coffin Doyle. All right, we will start here next time. Thank you, guys. This has been a bit of a roller coaster today.
But it's interesting, yeah.
It has been interesting. All right, well, thank you, guys. Much obliged.
Everybody.
Take care.
Adios.
And we
Good
will
night, all.
see
Thank
you
you.
all soon. Have a great week.
Good night. Take care.
Okay. Tom, what'd you think?
That took a drastic turn.
Yeah, it did. Well, so here's the thing. Coffin opened that door. When he started killing guys, then they started firing for lethality. Largely, they've been trying to capture them
Right.
because that's what they've
Now,
been
when you're
tasked to
saying
do.
when he wasted this guard here, that's when it turned that.
Well, really, it was the TILA security guard that he turned around and wasted. But yeah, when he started throwing lethal shots.
Truthfully, what he should have done. This is what I would have done if I would have been him. I would have run, because again, he was playing the I'm an insane guy, and he could be saying, "Oh, mother, I'm coming after you," and run through and mess these guys up enough to join these guys, maybe destroy the bot there and get out with these guys.
Could be.
Him wasting that guy was probably not the best idea.
Potentially not.
But he took him down quick.
Yeah, with 2 shots out of 4.
Right. Well, Dr. Wagner should have done what I wrote down as channel Doyle, pick up that machine gun and return fire on this guy. Even though he's not a good shot.
So this guy here you're talking about.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the bot. So he froze the bot.
Not the bot. Yeah, I meant this guy.
Gotcha.
If he could have whacked him, she was still basically hiding in her hole. Then he could have come in here and changed the tails again, not knowing this. but they had the neural net. Because he wasted 2 whole rounds watching Coffin die.
Well, no, he skedaddled. As soon as Coffin was dead, he skedaddled. They talked a lot over the neural lace, but he didn't waste any rounds.
Yeah, well,
he's running out of there.
Kind of indecisive, and Coffin being half down probably didn't help. There's nothing Dr. Wagner could have done to bolster his hit points before that began.
Potentially, but he didn't.
Yeah, when they were walking up, that's what I was thinking is he should have done something, given him injection, get those hit points a little higher.
Even if he had, though, he was overshot by like 14 points.
Yeah, well, again, I don't know how many hit points these guys have because that was a pretty devastating shot. He doesn't have any armor on. Coffin didn't
matter. No, he doesn't actually.
Yeah.
So
yeah, security chief should know better than that.
I know it. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
No, it was good.
Sorry,
you need to have the receptionist have a hand grenade.
So
again, if they were in the neural net talking to these guys, these guys over here, instead of wasting this guy, they should have been heading and just gone down these stairs that they went and made a break for it. Maybe make it outside, because these are the front doors. I'm guessing. Where's the front door?
Yeah, it's a glass. It's sort of a glassine wall that opens up at commands from the reception desk.
So, could they have shot their way through the wall here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come down, blow the doors, and get outside and make a run for it and try and link up with these guys. It was just kind of overwhelming because you had 2 complete security guards and a bot that was unhurt and 1 hurt guy. And Coffin actually did a great job neutralizing.
He neutralized a lot of it, yeah. And Dr. Wagner neutralized the bot, but that one guy, and frankly, the receptionist is what did Dr. Wagner. He's down to 1 hit point.
And I hate to say he should get whacked because I don't know. Die rolls had a lot to do with it though too. Yep. There was a couple of miss stuff. So yeah, you might lose your doctor, and you definitely lost your
lost the security chief.
It happens.
It does. Easy to die in this game, and they've gone a long run with nobody getting killed. So Traveler's one of those games. It's like there's no levels, so you don't get better. I mean, the hit points you have is the hit points you have. So you don't improve. So I think they could have been more judicious.
Well, believe it or not, with him dying and him either going to die or get captured, that might actually allow the gin and tonic to get off the planet, because they can pin the stuff on the insane guy and his doctor.
Well, so this leads up to, I've got a couple of things. So I'm probably going to get them off planet, but they're going to get some assistance from Sergei's guys to get out of the station. Now, what will happen is there's going to be 3 things. So they'll probably be chased by a TILA ship, which will result in a space battle. which I'm looking forward to, because they are essentially, TILA doesn't know that they have weapons on their spaceship, so they're just going to amble up and say, "Hey, we're taking you over," and that's going to open up a space battle. And what's going to happen is they're going to find out that the TILA ship is woefully undergunned compared to the police ships don't engage in space battles.
Right.
Because most ships don't have guns, and they've spent a lot of time getting guns on their ship. So that'll be a space battle, and they may end up having to fight the Penny Dreadful as a part of a space battle too. So, but yeah, I will, that's probably what's coming up next.
Right. Don was without power, I gather, at his house.
Yeah, he was without power.
Gotcha.